What is up, bros? I'm Jonathan.
Nah, I'm Caleb.
And we're a couple of bros on a mission to give you guys the most detailed movie reviews out there with as little bias as possible. Welcome to the All Bros with our special guest DJ from the Untrained Eye.
It's me. I want to go by Vic this episode because I miss Vic. Hey, Vic, are you listening? I do still remember you. Hey, Vic.
Yeah, dude, he was freaking posting some shit on Facebook the other day, like showing that he was like editing some stuff, and I'm like, yes, let's freaking do it. And I haven't seen shit all about it.
Damn. Listen, I get it. It's been 2 months since my own program has graced the airwaves of the internet, so I get it.
Are you okay, DJ?
Yes, there's okay. You guys are. Well, no, I was gonna blame kids, but Caleb already has a child, so I don't. No, I have two, so I have them beat, and they're teenagers. One's gonna be 13 next month. The other one is 16 currently.
Fun.
It's two boys in their teens, everybody. The All Bros. Wait, what? Hold on.
Yeah, well, I'll be tied up here in a while, a couple weeks from when this gets released.
Say, wait, what?
Or it'll be tied up. I have one on the way. Remember?
Oh, well, I didn't know. Yeah, you did, but I didn't know if that was like an everybody knowledge thing, so I didn't want to blow up your spot too much.
Oh, there's some stuff that is.
Gotcha.
You know, like the stuff that I told you, that's on the need to know.
Yes. No,
but the fact that no, the one that like
eyebrow go way up.
Yeah. Well, I'm just like, do I know this?
Yes, you do know this.
Okay, all right. I was gonna say, wow, his co-host doesn't even know something that DJ was.
Hey, I also am a co-host.
What do you? That's true.
Yeah, we made him an official co-host forever ago.
All right, that's true. I'm sorry. I take that back.
Yeah, and Vic was supposed to get a slot too, but he decided to freaking bail out on the podcast game.
Hey, well, maybe he can do part 2.
I know.
When does that come out? April?
It comes out very soon. Too soon. Anyway.
Well, anyway, getting this episode started. This week, with it being in the beginning of the month, when it comes to our episodes, we'll be talking about our 4K spotlight and our pleaser teasers for the month of February. And then we will be moving on to our headliner of the evening, which will be our breakdown of Rebel Moon Part 1. I forget the damn tagline. What was it?
I forgot it too.
A child of fire and ice.
There we go. Wait, is it really fire and ice?
Nope, it's neither of those. I just made that up just now. Hold on, I'm looking it up on IMDb.
Yeah, be going.
Child of Fire. So I was almost there.
Okay.
Yeah. You were damn close, though.
Yeah, you were.
Listen,
dude,
Fire
nice.
Nation forever, you know.
Well, but with that out of the way, what do you guys say we get started?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Need motivation? Angry Dad Podcast. Trying to jumpstart your life? Angry Dad Podcast. You want help getting off the couch? Angry Dad Podcast. You need a verbal kick in the ass? Angry Dad Podcast. You want to hear from somebody who's been through it all? Angry Dad Podcast. I am here for you. You can find me on all podcast platforms.
All right, getting straight into 4K for this month. We have a bunch coming out. It's kind of insane. Like, my wallet doesn't like it. That's all I'm gonna say. But I will say I'm fired for last month because I forgot to point out that Trolls 3 came out. So
hey,
boo.
Yeah, I'm fired. So in case you guys wanted to know, Trolls Band Together came out in January. So if you missed out on a sale because of me, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
But starting out the month, we got the Marvels coming to physical format, and freaking I love all three of these covers. So this is the regular 4K version, looking freaking awesome. Or I'm sorry, the 4K Cinematic Universe Edition is what they're calling these now.
Okay. I dig it.
Right? So that one looks good. The Blu-ray, not as good as the 4K in my opinion, but still pretty good.
It's close-ish.
Yeah, still looking pretty good. But the Steelbook.
Oh, that is sick.
Yeah, that
right? Oh, it's so beautiful. It is so beautiful. And now that Best Buy has exited the physical media game, Walmart is getting all these exclusives now. So I pray that my Walmart will actually carry these, because recently my Walmarts don't like to carry 4K exclusives, or honestly 4Ks in general. So I better not have to go to freaking eBay for all this shit.
If this is something like new that they're adopting, I'd be surprised if they didn't.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, and there's more than one Walmart in Utah, Rose.
Yeah, but I'm not driving to Salt Lake City to get the Marvel Steelbook. I'll even buying it on eBay for like a couple more bucks, I'd still save money than what I would have spent on gas.
Fair enough. But oh damn, dude, that cover is sick. That's how you do a 4K or a Steelbook cover,
right?
Yeah, because that's the whole point, right? It's supposed to be limited edition. It's supposed to be what is it? Standing out from the rest, like that does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to be special in some way, shape, or form. And like the other ones that we've seen, like this has been the most original one we've seen in a while.
The last good original one I remember seeing was the one for Quantumania. That one was amazing.
That one
I don't remember it, but it seems like they should. I don't know why I think of fractals. I know that's a Doctor Strange thing, but do you remember what that one was? Not Doctor Strange, the Quantumania one.
It was kind of like a lineup shot, I guess. It was Ant-Man in the front, then the Wasp, and then Cassie. So
excuse me.
A lot of purples also in that Steelbook as well.
Big fan of purple.
Same here.
Purple is a strong color.
It is. Very much so. But yeah, so that is all the additions for the Marvels. There is a Disney Movie Club exclusive, but they haven't even released the picture for that, so I have no idea what that's going to look like.
Probably whack.
Probably.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
Oh my gosh. Next up coming out, we got The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I still have not seen this movie. I don't know about you two.
Nope.
No, I think it's hilarious. I forgot this movie existed, and it's funny that it's Songbirds and Snakes because everyone hates that girl now, and she's been fired from everything. So hilarious. What is that girl's name?
Isn't it like Rachel Weisz?
No. It's Rachel.
No, that's the mummy.
Yeah.
Chick, isn't it?
Yeah. Sorry. My bad.
Nah, it's who cares? Anyway, if you wanted to see her in Snow White, you can't. So enjoy this as one of her probably last movie debuts for a while.
Rachel Zegler.
Well,
so she is still playing Snow White. They didn't kick her out. It's just they decided after all of the hatred that they got for what they were trying to do with the Seven Dwarves, they're like, you know what? Let's push it back a year and we're just going to animate them.
I mean, listen.
What?
Oh, you didn't know that?
I thought you guys talked about this. Did you guys not talk about this on the show a couple?
I don't know if we did. Oh yeah, Caleb, I thought you did.
No, so the last time I heard anything about Snow White was that I thought like what DJ said that she got kicked off, so I didn't realize that they were pushing forward with the project.
No, so she's still Snow White, but it got pushed to 2025, and now they actually released a picture. All of the all of them are actually dwarves, but they're all CGI now.
How does that work?
Dude,
Does it look bad?
Yeah, dude, the picture sucks.
It does not look good. No.
Yeah, I mean, the CGI looks god awful.
they're gonna have more time to deal with it. But I also like people were mad about the 7 dwarves thing, and they just made it like 7 different people that were just walking around with her. But like she sucks, right? Like that's why most people are actually mad, is because like she is the worst.
Yeah, freaking her comments on like the original. Oh gosh.
Oh no!
Like,
oh no!
Yeah.
Right?
Is there any way you can show the video viewers at home?
Oh,
Caleb's
Dude.
reaction.
that looks so bad.
I swore
Dude,
it was
right.
you that brought this up, because I know I saw it on a
Oh.
podcast somewhere. Someone bringing this up.
Okay, hold on. I'm pulling it up right now.
Oh, it's so bad.
Hey, everybody! Like it looks like a cut scene from Shrek. Like it just.
This is the scene
Like,
from Shrek the Third.
Yeah, it's like there was one scene in Shrek where they're like, we had a real person along with all of the CG dwarves, and here they are. Just one of them is getting ready to fly a plane. He's got one of those kind of hats on. I think Dopey is back there wearing like, it looks like a chef's hat, but it's blue. There's a guy that looks like Shrek all the way in the back. Or no, you know who he looks like? He looks like Wreck-It Ralph. Wreck-It Ralph is there. And then look, all the way over there to the left, looking at all of them, it's me.
Dude, that looks
DJ, be nicer to
horrid.
yourself. Please.
Dude, say what you want. I would take freaking Nightmare Fuel Sonic over this trash.
Okay, listen, I know people are going to be listening to this, but please look at the video, go to whatever timestamp this is, and look at the little red dwarf, who I can only imagine is grumpy, all the way to the right. I want you to really focus in on his belt and how much it goes in. Like, that dude is ripped to shreds underneath there. Like, that's the only body style he could have. Like, he rips that thing off, and it is nothing but muscles and abdominals all over the place. And he's like, you want some of this, Snow White?
Oh my gosh. Dude, he had, so like, just to explain, like, for those of you that aren't going to freaking look at the video, which you should, this dude is dressed like Lord Farquaad if he was an old Amish man wearing a Buzz Lightyear hat.
Yes.
What?
Who so perfect?
Who thought this was a good idea?
Disney.
Bob Iger. That's who.
Disney
Bob
did.
Iger. Dude, he needed
Disney
to stay retired.
Yeah, Disney was like, this is a classic. Let's really give it the 1-2. Here you go, everybody.
My,
Also, looking past the dwarves, I don't love her dress either.
it's too much.
Well, look past the dress, even, and all of them, like where they are looks all CG. Like, she's probably the only real thing there.
Yeah, true. Yeah, no, they really had to slap something together as fast as they could just to.
And that's it. Like,
tell
when the
people,
movie
like-
comes out. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. No, I was just gonna say, like, they really had to slap something really quickly together. Be like, no, we listen to you guys. We're gonna actually tell a good remake. We're not gonna go crazy with it and try to.
Did you?
Yeah, right.
I 100% think no one asked for this.
I mean, did anyone ask for any live action remake?
No.
Fair
Has there been a
point
good
there.
one yet?
I mean, I actually really liked The Little Mermaid.
The Lady and the
Thank you
Tramp
for
wasn't
not
bad.
saying The Lion King. I didn't see
You're
Lady and
welcome.
the Tramp. I didn't see or I did see The Little Mermaid, and I thought it was like, like, listen, you cut out the French chef, you lose DJ. Like, I need the French chef song, or get out of my face. Sorry. Anyway,
That's
The Hunger
fair.
Games, Songbirds and Snakes. Don't watch it, but get the Steelbook.
Yes, I you know what? I'm gonna agree with DJ on the second one, because the Steelbook actually matches.
I thought that was. Sorry. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. No, so the Steelbook actually matches a set that they came out with a couple months ago for the Hunger Games 4 film collection, where it's like this same aesthetic, but it's, Katniss on the front.
Wow. That's
So-
what I think when I see that.
I mean, it's not horrible.
That's
I mean,
Owen
something
Wilson.
special.
What are you talking about? Of course it's not horrible. You're looking at Owen Wilson. Tell me that's not Owen Wilson.
He
Go ahead.
could straight up play a young Owen Wilson.
For sure. If they decide to go time travel in Deadpool 3 and the TVA shows up, he could definitely be young Mobius or Morbius.
Can that please happen?
That'd be fun.
But so I think the back is Rachel Zegler. Is that her name? I think that's what I said.
Yeah,
It's fine.
So that's her on the back. And then because I never bought the Hunger Games one, so I don't know who was on the back. I'm going to take a shot in the dark and assume it was PETA.
I think that's the only acceptable answer.
Yeah, or Gale.
No,
But
who's
PETA
Gale
would have made
other
more
than-
sense.
I was going to say, who is Gale other than a Force Wind? Nobody knows who Gale is.
Yeah.
Yeah, poor Liam Hemsworth.
Just, that's how much I know about Hunger Games. Thought Gale was a girl. So there you go.
Oh shit! Really, you've never seen the?
I've seen them, but they didn't strike me much. Like you hold up a peace sign and say I'm a tribute or whatever, and then you get to shoot arrows. Like it's fine. It's it was like 1984 with what is it? The Running Man. Did you guys ever see The Running Man with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Mm-mm.
I didn't know. Huh?
It was just a movie about where they got a bunch of convicts and they're like, people want to see people kill each other. Do it on TV, but in the future. And they did it.
Yeah, I remember when Suzanne Collins first released The Hunger Games and everyone compared it to Battle Royale. I think it's a Japanese movie.
Sounds about right.
I'm sure Running Man is just a derivative of that as well. So
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm amazed that more people didn't compare it to that movie because, yeah, it sounds just like it. But yeah, so those are the two editions for the Hunger Games, Songbirds and Snakes. I couldn't find the Blu-ray artwork, but I'm assuming it's going to be the same as the 4K, if I had to assume.
If history repeats itself, yes.
Yeah,
for sure.
And then next up, got Migration, coming out towards the end of the month, I believe. It's coming out at the end of February. Unfortunately, this isn't getting any exclusives or anything, just getting a bare bones 4K and Blu-ray release. Blu-ray is the same cover. It's just the poster. So
that tracks.
Yeah. But DJ, have you seen Migration?
No, I have not. I don't know. I think I heard your guys' review on it. You were in favor of this movie, yes?
We liked it. It wasn't anything like mind blowing, but it's definitely like in Illumination's top 5 films, I'd say.
Yeah, definitely better than a lot of the Despicable Me and Minions movies we've gotten over the years.
That's the thing I always wonder about movies, especially like Migration, like Despicable Me. Well, I don't know. I didn't see this movie, but it seems like the star power is the actual thing that draws people in to see the movie. Like I wonder if these movies would be as good if it wasn't like, hey, it's Chris Pratt again doing another Bird or something. Who cares? Like, I don't know. I think there's good voice talent out there that's not just people that are already wildly famous for being, seeing their face and being like, oh, well, we need these people to do it. Like, it just makes it seem like it's not, the story isn't, or it's just not a good enough movie on its own. So they're like, what if we put some wildly famous people in this movie?
Dude, that's my biggest complaint with animated movies. Like, especially with ones like where they're going for like star power. So like Super Mario or the Super Mario Brothers one, that one had a stacked cast and it didn't need it.
No,
like
it didn't.
Anyone who would have gone to see the Super Mario Bros movie, Chris Pratt wasn't the selling point.
No, and that's what's crazy though, because that movie, it's funny that you picked that movie because I guess it's not funny I said Chris Pratt, but on one hand, I agree with everything I just said. On the other hand, if that movie was just all like not run of the mill, but you know what I mean, just voice actors only, we would not have gotten Peaches. We just wouldn't have, because Jack Black would not have been a part of that movie, and our lives would all be worse. So I don't know what I'm talking about by migration.
Well, I think with I think marketing wise, I don't think you need to go a full stacked cast like they did with everyone, Charlie Day, Chris Pratt, freaking Anya Taylor-Joy, Seth, like all of that. I think you could get away with having like one or two big names. So like, definitely get Jack Black in on it.
What's the movie that just came out on Netflix that everyone's freaking out about because Robert Pattinson did a voice and he did it like amazing? It's called like The
Boy and the Heron.
Yes.
Is that on Netflix?
That's what I think. I might be wrong about that, but I know it's on some streaming platform. But like that, like I haven't seen the movie, but I've seen a bunch of clips of Robert Pattinson. Like that is, to me, if you're going to be a wildly famous person, do something that is not your voice. And that dude did not. You would never know. Never in 1,000 years would you know that's Robert Pattinson. And I don't know. I like that. That I like. If you're gonna do it, like really do a voice. But if not, hey, just hire Mark Hamill. He can do a lot of stuff.
But I'm not trying to like defend the casting for Super Mario Bros. I mean, I really enjoyed it, but I think like the way that some characters are, even if the actor was just talking like themselves, it worked. I would definitely say like Charlie Day, for how like Luigi is the character that's always scared, you know, like is so frantic. Charlie Day's voice, I feel, is so perfect for it. For how for how frantic he comes across.
You're not wrong. Like the Mario movie is a weird one to have that discussion on, because like you're not wrong. Like I know people hated on Chris Pratt, me chief among them. But I don't know. Like I don't know. I don't think anyone my age, I feel like, wasn't going to be happy with anyone besides what is the dude's name? Marionette or something? Marionette.
Yeah, Charles Martinet, I think.
Martinet, something like. I just said it as non-French as humanly possible. Is his name Marionette? Every French listener you have just threw their listening device to the ground. But he did get a great line. You know, I'm sorry, we're talking about migration.
Sorry, one more thing. I will say, with like the only voice that I'm just like did not like Chris Pratt, like the way that they set up Mario, I feel he actually really worked. Like I thought he did a really good job. The only one, and especially that what really annoyed me is that in an interview he straight up said, "I'm not going to change my voice. So if you want Donkey Kong to sound like me, he's going to sound like me with Seth Rogen." Like that. The fact that he straight up said that to the studio and they still casted him as Donkey Kong.
Yeah, I mean his worked though.
It did, but like out of all of like all the voices, he's the one that I liked the least. I didn't hate it, but out of everybody, I think he was definitely like phoning it in.
Yeah, Toad was up there.
Really, you didn't like Keegan-Michael Key?
I know, that's the thing. I love Keegan-Michael Key. He is one of my favorites. He has one of the best songs in an underrated Christmas movie you'll ever hear in your entire life. I think it's called Jingle Jangle. It's the one with Forrest Whitaker. No one knows it. We've only watched it like once or twice, but it's got one of the catchiest songs sung by Keegan-Michael Key. I love that dude. Not a great Toad.
All right. Sure.
Dude, Toad's one of those characters that you didn't need. Like, again, it's one of those, like, you had a stacked cast for no reason at all. Like, listen, like, don't get me wrong. Like, don't get me wrong. The cast was good, but I feel like it could have, like, there was potential for them to explore something outside of a freaking stacked cast like that. And
sorry.
Like it's just like I went there. I didn't go there for the cast. I went there to see Mario.
I do like the idea though of them casting like the normal crazy, like I can't even emulate the Toad voice and just have that be like the straight up Toad voice, and him just being like, ugh. Like, every time he talks, he's just like, oh my god, you again. What are you doing here? Like I feel like that would have been a great gag for that movie.
Oh my gosh, dude! So we just got a Switch, and like I've been hearing Toad's voice a lot recently. Yeah, so I traded my guitar that I haven't played in like years. Like I traded some kid my guitar for his Switch, and yeah, so we got that, and yeah, so I'm hearing Toad's voice again for like and it's just like that is just not good.
That's what I'm saying. That would have been hilarious in that movie if they decided to make that his voice. Like everyone talks normal. Just that weird, crazy, gargly scream that he does.
It's like every other Toad talks like a normal human being except Toad.
But like, you guys bring up like very good points. You know, like you don't really need a stat cast. But what sucks is about Hollywood nowadays, they feel that's the only way that they're going to sell movie tickets. That's the only way that people are going to come out to the movies.
That brings me back to my original point of like that kind of smacks of like the story in the movie isn't really that good. So who's in this? Who's in Migration? Like who are the main two people in it?
Kumail Nanjiani and Elizabeth Banks.
I love Kumail. Well, all right. I take everything I said back. Go.
Listen, so for a movie like this that doesn't have anything else to rely on, like, yes, I do feel like star power may be needed. But for a popular IP like the Super Mario Brothers or Garfield or anything like that, I don't feel like you need a stacked cast to sell that movie.
Can you tell Hollywood that?
Yeah, I wish I could.
They won't believe you
because they just want to know what name they can slap up on the poster. That's all they care about. But anyway, so yeah, Migration coming soon to 4K.
It's a movie.
It's a good movie. It's a good kids movie. All right, no, not just a kids movie. It's a good animated movie. But next up, God, I love this movie. Wonka.
You guys changed my mind. 4K. I did not care about this movie whatsoever. Like I was anti this movie. And after listening to your breakdown of it, I will be checking this movie out. I for sure won't be buying it, but I will check it out. Take it. Yeah, no. Great review. Changed minds and hearts.
So I don't know.
Dude, I got that message a lot. Like even my father-in-law sent me a message and he's like, "Hey, I decided to listen to Wonka. Wasn't going to go check it out, but I just might now." And I'm like, "I don't like that you're listening, but okay."
Hey, so I don't know right now.
Dude, anyone so they like Brielle's usually the one that gets the messages like, "Oh, I was listening to Caleb's show," and so she'll tell me, and depending on who she tells or whoever she says, "Oh, this person watched," I'm like, "Which one?" And they're like, "Oh, I don't know. They just said they watched. Ask them which one." Like I talk some mad shit.
Buttholes.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I was just enjoyed
Wonka.
Just about to bring Sam. He didn't. From what Sam told me, he didn't enjoy it as much as we did, but he still did enjoy it.
I mean, I feel like that counts.
Yeah, no, it does. Yeah, no, I agree. Not bashing you, Sam. I promise.
Ugh, I just saw how Timothy Chalamet spells his name. You're in Hollywood now. Use a Y, you freaking dork.
He's actually talked about that in interviews. His I guess his mom wanted to be different or be special.
Yeah, so I bet she did. I bet she did. Hey man, no. Isn't his name also actually pronounced different too? It's like Timothy or something. Like it's either his first or his last name are constantly actually mispronounced.
I think it's supposed to be like Timothy. Yeah, I think it's just Timothy.
Don't know.
Yeah, I think it's just Timothy Chalamet. Right? I hope so.
Yeah,
Caleb, bring it up.
Bring it up. I'll look it.
Yeah.
But so Wonka, the 4K, just the classic poster. I will say I don't know what it is. I do not love this poster that they did. I feel there's way too much going on.
This poster is one of the reasons why we're like, oh, Wonka movie. And then you see this, you're like, no, absolutely not. Like, it looks like me and you were like, all right, let's try and impress Caleb and make a Wonka poster.
See, yeah, there we go. But so yeah, that's the regular 4K and the Blu-ray, which I'm really shocked that they're doing the same design on the Blu-ray, because usually Warner Brothers likes to do different designs on the 4K and Blu-ray. But Wonka, they're doing the same for some reason, but whatever. The Steelbook, which I don't.
I like that one.
I have a love-hate relationship with this. I don't know why. I don't love it.
Hey, real quick,
I don't hate it either.
There is a real he does have a really stupid way of the way that he pronounces. So he tells people to call him Timothy Chalamet, and but the real pronunciation is Timothée.
Timotei. I knew it was something dumb.
I can't ask people to call me that. It just seems really pretentious.
Yeah, no shit, dude. Like,
Timothée Chalamet.
Why would you even say that? Why would you even give that anecdote? Like, you didn't have to tell anybody that.
Gosh.
He was asked in an interview. He was asked in an interview.
You can lie. Lying's allowed. He lies for a living. People love him because he's a great liar. Lie some more. Lie a little bit longer. Don't listen. Like, but listen, guys like him are the same reason I love guys like what's his face, the guy everybody hates now, Kang the Conqueror. What's his real name?
Jonathan Majors.
Jonathan Major. Love that guy. The worst. Just a chore of a human being. Like, he's someone who would be called Timothée for sure. But you don't.
Let's call him Junton.
Yeah, that seems racist.
People call me that.
I don't know.
Do you know how many? I'm amazed of how many pronunciations people come up with when it comes to Jonathan.
I mean, listen. Wait a minute. What? Jonathan? Really? My first name is Dominic, and my last name I don't really say on the internet, but let's just say it has many syllables. And my joy in life is watching people look at my name and look at me to go, all right, how do you say this? And I go, no, it's time for you to try. And whatever they say, wrong or right, I always say, you got it. Perfect.
That's how I should be saying it. I'm Jonathan with an H because my mom wanted to be special. Or my mom wanted to be different. But no, literally, even though my name ends with an A and most Jonathans do, people will still pronounce it Jonathan.
Jonathan? Is that like the bootleg Toyota-thon? Like, what are you talking about? That's not a thing. No one says Jonathan. Listen to me.
No, dude, I promise you, there are people that will seriously
They're
say
not real.
Jonathan.
They're aliens. They don't exist. These are not real people.
Dude, where you get like the different pronunciations, like I get people can't spell my name.
Okay, listen, Caleb. I feel like Caleb is one of those names where people love to put some English on it, and they're like, actually, it's spelled with a K and a Y, and you're like, what?
Dude, I met some dude who spells with the name Caleb that spells it Kaylub.
Yep.
I'm like, that's disgusting. Yeah,
Kailub?
Yeah, when we were like introducing each other, I told him, like, hey, I'm Caleb, and he's like, oh, that's my name too. And I'm like, cool, how do you spell it? And he's like, well, how do you spell yours? I'm like, the way God intended it to be spelled.
First of all,
how do you spell yours?
You didn't meet someone and the first question you asked was, how do you spell your name, you liar?
No, like when it's the same name. Because he's like, hey, that's my name too. And I was like, oh, no way. And then like with my name specifically, that's usually the first question. How do you spell it? Because there's like a rivalry between people who spell it with a C and the people who spell it with a K.
That's hilarious. Listen, I'm telling you, that's there you go. But Jonathan, there's only two. There's with an H and without. And Jonathan is wild. I'm going to be asking everyone I know about Jonathan. Have you ever heard someone mispronounce Jonathan. Jonathan. That is like, hey man, we're trying to find all the Johns. It's a Jonathan. Call in now to the Jonathan if you're a John. We're gonna have a ton of Johns. Come on, everybody. It's the Jontons Wontons, everybody. Let's go. The Jonathan.
No, it's a holiday special on freaking pickups.
Here. That is not you. I'll punch. You send me a letter. A letter? Why did I say that? You send me a I don't know. I take it all back. This cover's weird. Am I right? It looks like a chocolate bar, but it's got spaces in it instead of ridges.
Yeah, it's odd.
That's my way.
Like it works. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. And then when you open it, it's like all of his chocolate from the movie. So, or I guess his candy, whatever. So
go ahead.
Jonathan, I will call. Damn it. I mean, I guess anything could be better than Jumpy Pants.
Okay, go on, Jumpy Pants. I'm gonna write that down right now so I don't forget
it. So growing up,
it's like we will be circling back.
Hey, really quickly, like only take like a minute. Okay, really quickly. So growing up, hanging out with Sam's daughters, Sammy and Sierra, I get scared very easily. Even though I freaking love horror movies and scary movies, I get scared very, very easily. And every time that he would walk into a room, he'd go, and it scared the shit out of me. And so, I freaking like jump. And so he adopted the name for me, Jumpy Pants Johnny, I think. Or Jumpy Pants Johnny. So he calls me JPJ.
JPJ.
Yeah. So
JPJ. I'm gonna call you PJ for short. PJ and DJ. Out
Pants
here.
Johnny. Okay. Oh shit. But there you go. That's a very short explanation of my nickname that I got from Sam. But so Wonka, that's a steelbook. And then last for their exclusives, they did this with the Flash too. It's just a Target exclusive that comes with collectible cards, but it is a different cover, and I actually love this cover because I love that it's just the character poster of Timothée Chalamet's Wonka.
I feel like this is if it didn't say Wonka behind it, I would feel like this is the story of the man who sold Mary Poppins her bag. Like, here's your carpet bag. Like, here's everything that led up to the bag of many things that Mary Poppins has.
You would not be wrong.
You would not, because freaking what he's able to pull out of his goddamn hat in this movie.
There you go. Maybe he was. Disney, if you're listening,
it's canon.
It's canon, and I want to be paid $78,942 for that idea.
I love that it's so specific. So that is, I believe that's it for 4K. I'm pretty sure. Yes, it is. So moving on to Pleasers Teasers. The trailer that released, so we're recording this January 30th. It released yesterday, the 29th. The trailer that almost had me crying happy tears. I will fully admit that. The second trailer for Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Oh my God.
Dude, this was sick.
DJ, actually, did you see it?
I did not see this because I saw the teaser for this movie and thought to myself, no, thank you. I've seen enough.
What? That like, killed me.
Like, the teaser for it, like, again, I don't remember seeing them much in the teaser, but the teaser was not good for this movie. I didn't think. Well, I think mostly because the first movie, I was like, you did it. You got it in one. We don't actually need any more of this. Well, I mean, I guess with the kids, but anyway, we're not talking about the first movie.
but in this one, Paul Rudd actually gets to be a Ghostbuster.
Does he though? Are we sure about that?
He actually does.
Hey, like, Kumail Nanjiani's in it.
All right, I'll watch it.
That's all we had to say.
I take it all back. It's fine. It's a great movie. I just started playing the video game, by the way, on the Switch. It was on sale, and it's one from 1,000 years ago, and it is just so unevenly hard. Like some parts of it are just like shoot a ghost, and other ones are like, hey, you're halfway through this freaking walking ghost shooting level. Oh, you died because all of you're the cadet. All of your other senior members have died, and they're like, sorry, you died too, man. Start from the beginning. Like, what? No, beginning?
Yeah,
This isn't
freaking sucks.
Dude,
I love that game.
It's a great
Don't
game.
get me wrong.
Rose sent me a freaking Ghostbusters game that is ridiculously hard.
Is it that one? Is it like it's called like I think it's just called Ghostbusters the video game or something?
No, what was the one you sent me?
Caleb played, I think, Ghostbusters Spirit Unleashed. Isn't that what it's called?
I've heard that.
Yes.
That one I have not played.
Yeah, no,
Spirits Unleashed.
Okay.
Dude, it is so freaking hard. So it's kind of like it could be like a 4v8 or whatever. Like it's crazy. So you're playing against online people. The online people could either be the ghosts or the Ghostbuster. And if you are the Ghostbuster, like it is insanely difficult because these ghosts can travel literally anywhere because they're freaking ghosts. And so like that you could be on the bottom floor and then they'll be like wrecking havoc on the top, and then you'll like work your way up and you have to like navigate this freaking facility, get to the top floor. By the time you get there, they're already back on the bottom floor, like jacking up the shit that you set up down there. And it's a freaking shit show. Like I have yet to play as a ghost, and I have yet to win a match.
Sounds like,
and I've had a team of like 5 people against like 3 ghosts, and we still lost. Like it's insane. Like it is ridiculous how hard that game is. Like it is not user friendly in the slightest. You have to upgrade. Like you have to earn like experience points to upgrade your gear and stuff, but you get like basically nothing. You might as well get nothing in terms of experience for losing. Like
I love how mad you are about this.
Oh my gosh, dude! I played a few rounds. I was just like, screw this game. Like unless I was playing with Rose, but I mean, even then, I feel like it'd be really freaking hard.
That's hilarious. All right, so okay. Besides Kumail Nanjiani, why is this movie worth watching now?
So literally every single like OG member, not so the original 3 still surviving members, but also Janine comes back, the receptionist, and freaking there's a part where Bill Murray or freaking Venkman pops in his head at the firehouse when they're getting a plan together, and he says like, oh, how can I be of assistance? And freaking you see Janine in full Ghostbusters gear, just decked out, and he freaking just freaks out. It's such a great freaking moment.
There's a lot of throwbacks.
So many, but so good.
I hope they don't throw Harold Ramis in again, though. I feel like he got his proper send off.
I agree. Yeah, I mean, like in the trailer, they're just like, because it has Walter Peck at the beginning, and he's like, oh, I've waited 40 years for this. I get to shut the Ghostbusters down again. Like I shut him down once, I get to shut him down again. But the way that he's just like, they were phonies, nobody believed them, and now the people to pick up the mantle once again are descendants of one of the Ghostbusters, with them being the grandchildren of Egon Spengler. So I'm hoping that's really like the only like I'm fine if they mention him, like if they mention like, oh hey, like this is why the tech is like this because of what Egon did or what Spengler did. But yeah, I really hope that they don't try to incorporate his ghost again.
Yeah, I think like the first time they did it was done perfectly. Now it would just feel cheap.
Yeah,
agreed.
But
this trailer's looks sick, and freaking Slimer's in it.
Yes.
So I'm pumped.
Dude, freaking like the new set of Ghostbusters is freaking great. I love that it's 2 adults and 2 kids. Like that's freaking great. I mean, you still got Lucky and you still got Podcast, but it doesn't seem like they're gonna be, at least from the trailers, it doesn't seem like they're gonna have a lot to do this movie, which sucks because I really enjoyed them in Afterlife. But I mean, I could be wrong. But it definitely seems that the 4 they're focusing on are McKenna Grace's character, Finn Wolfhard, Paul Rudd, and then was it Carrie Coon that played the mom? I think in Afterlife.
Yeah.
So, but it's just I'm just happy that after even though I defended it first, the what we got with the reboot Ghostbusters Answer the Call, that this franchise is finally getting the attention and the sequels that it actually deserves.
You're talking about the Lady Ghostbusters?
Yes.
Not good one. By the way, nothing funnier in this world that we live in than them doing the official only box set that exists of all the only Ghostbusters movies, and they did not put that movie in it. And they're like, hey.
What's freaking, because Paul Feig threw such a big fit, they threw in the digital copy of it. But that's it.
They looked at the camera and winked. And they're like, you guys.
We know you guys can rip that up.
We know you're just going to throw this away, but I guess we'll give it to you.
Oh, man. But yeah, freaking such a great trailer, and I can't wait till March 23rd, I think is when it comes out. So
that's going to be a good one.
Yes. But we also got another trailer this week. Despicable Me 4. Looks a lot better than the third one, I will say that. Because the third one sucked.
I don't know how this one's going to be. Like, it looks good, but I feel like that's about as far as it's going to go.
That's so
good.
Like visually.
No, that's what I mean. Like,
yeah,
visually pleasing.
Like, you can always count on Illumination to like do amazing animation, but sometimes when it comes to their stories, leaves a lot to be desired. I will say, one thing that like I'm just like, that is straight up a ripoff from Incredibles 2 was the scene with the baby and what was it, a badger or some shit like that? Yeah, I don't know what kind of animal it was. I'm just like, that is a ripoff from Incredibles 2, and I'm sure Incredibles 2 did it better. Like, I will give Incredibles 2 shit so much for how it did not deliver on the sequel that we should have gotten. Not bad. Like, I still enjoyed it, but not a great sequel. Nothing does not stand next to the original, in my opinion.
Dude, I have seen nothing but people ripping on this trailer, being like, "Oh, so we're just copy and pasting Jack Jack."
I was gonna say,
straight up,
that Jack Jack was in this movie, I'd be like, that's weird that he's not with his family, because that looks like Jack Jack.
It straight up does. Like, what the hell?
I mean, in fairness though, babies all look alike. Like, that's why they got to put the names on the bassinets, because you're not like, oh look, there's little Timmy. Like, they all are just little marshmallow head weirdos that are like, eh. So
yeah.
I guess
it takes them a while to grow into their face.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
that's
generic baby.
Yeah. But then again, didn't Boss Baby weren't they able to make like distinct faces out of each of the babies? I feel like
I'd say yeah. I mean, as distinct as you can get with that animation style, but I mean, they did a decent job. But there were a lot of like, at least when it came to like the main babies, like they all had very distinct looks. But when you got into like their offices and headquarters, like there's definitely like some copy and paste babies. But I mean, that one did a okay job. But yeah, this one, I'm not sure where this story is supposed to go.
Same. Like, honestly, like, I know it wouldn't have worked, but if they I mean, well, first of all, like, why does there need to be a fourth one? I mean, I know money. But if they were to, like, I don't know, I would have brought Vector back or something like that, like a villain that like I actually give a shit about, because every villain after him I did not care for.
Yeah.
Like the one in the third one, was it Balthazar Brat? He wasn't bad. He was almost at the level. But like the one from the second one, everyone loved him. I did not think he was that funny. And like I said, third one, Balthazar Brat. And then I already forgot the name of the villain in this one.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you his name either. He has a very generic face too.
And that's saying a lot with the illumination animation. Oh man. But yeah, I'll definitely see it because I've seen the first three. I still haven't seen the second Minions movie though. I need to watch that.
You're probably fine.
Really, not that good.
It like Iris likes watching the Minions movies every once in a while. That is her least favorite.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. But yeah, so I'm sure I'll watch it. I mean, if Caleb wants to break it down, I'm sure we'll watch it. But if he doesn't,
it depends what else is going on that month.
Okay. Yeah. If we don't decide to break it down, at least when it's in theaters, yeah, I'm waiting until the shit comes on streaming.
Yep.
But yeah. So DJ, even though you didn't check out, so did you not check out Despicable Me 4 either?
I absolutely did not. This is so far out of my wheelhouse that, I know.
All right, out of the two, which one are you looking more forward to? Or like, which one would you actually watch in theaters?
Out of Despicable Me and Ghostbusters?
Really?
Did you hear it, Rose?
Yeah. Hey, you know what? He could have had a change of heart if he did say Despicable Me 4. I would have been hurt a little bit.
As I was gonna say, not even Despicable Me, Despicable Me 4. The last bit of ice in the glass of water before it's like all melted away. That's Despicable Me 4. Yeah, no, Ghostbusters for sure.
Okay. Good. Caleb, I hope it's the same answer.
Yeah, Ghostbusters.
Okay. All right. Phew.
Like I am going to go see Despicable Me 4 in theaters because I like taking my kid to that. But yeah,
I don't have that excuse.
I'm more excited for Ghostbusters.
No, I think when our nephews were younger, like the last movie I remember like this that we went to, or we took them to go and see, I think was Captain Underpants. And
oh boy,
there was a guy named Dr. Pee Pee Poo Poo Diarrhea-Stein or whatever, and that was worth the price of admission. I think about that so much. I love that.
Oh man.
But yeah, so that's gonna do it for 4K and Pleaser teasers for this month. So, gentlemen, what do you say we get moving onto our headliner of the evening?
Say, let's do it.
Do we have to?
All right, so getting right into it, Caleb, because I always forget. Did we post a question of the week? I can't remember.
We were supposed to.
Oh, okay.
If you were a moon, would you rebel? Yes or no?
Dude, we started getting like real generic with our question of the weeks and just being like, "What did you think of the movie?" But I haven't posted any of those. Like every time, like we make them, and I go through the effort of making them, and then it's just like I was supposed to do something, and it's like it was today that I was like, "Oh shit!"
Well, what was the question going to be for Rebel Moon?
It was just like, what did you think of Rebel Moon?
No, so Caleb's. So his question was even better. Let me bring this up for you,
Please.
because I have to. He said, "Give us your thoughts on the Zach Snyder Star Wars knockoff Rebel Moon."
Hey, no spoilers. No spoilers.
Kudos to Caleb for coming up with that. That is amazing.
that was before I saw the movie, obviously.
So,
Man,
what he wants to change it to a Dune ripoff. That's
pretty much.
That's what he wants to change.
I mean, I feel a lot of people. Well, anyway, go ahead. I have no words, even though we're on a podcast.
Well, before we dive into this movie, and I really cannot wait to hear what DJ and Caleb say. Caleb, how about you let people know how we break down movies on this podcast?
I would love to. If you are new to our breakdown system, we have split movies into 8 different categories that we individually score to come to a final All Bros and Untrained Eye letter grade. The 8 categories that we score are story, writing, acting, character development, effects, music, costumes, and then we give it our own personal score at the very end. All of those numbers get magically added up and spit through our algorithm and give us a letter grade to compare this movie to others of a similar grade, as well as a percentage that is more fun than anything.
Nope. Don't. Why do it then? You know,
because it's fun, DJ.
Yeah,
it's
what Caleb's
all right.
Yeah. So if you have not seen Rebel Moon, we are about to spoil the ever-loving shit out of this movie in our favorite segment that we like to call Reading with Rose.
By the way, you should spell that with a W-S instead of an S-E, Rose.
Yeah,
like
you
Rose.
know what? You're right. Dude, I'm going to start doing that.
That would be hilarious.
Dude, that would be especially funnier for Reading with Rose. Like, come on. That would be freaking hilarious. Oh my god.
Dude, I was man, I should have consulted you guys because I was like, what things can I misspell with reading and
listen? Reading is good. Take off the H in with and put W-S instead of S-E in Rose.
So reading with Rose.
No, you can still say reading with Rose. You just spelled it wrong.
DJ killed it. He cracked the code. Dude, that is amazing.
Yeah, so that might be getting an edit soon.
Oh, dude, that is so amazing. That is so great.
Yeah, so if you listen beyond this point and anything is spoiled for you about this movie, it is your own fault.
All right. So Atticus Noble, the sadistic admiral of the militaristic Imperium, arrives on the backwater moon of Velt. I already forgot how they pronounce it. Velda?
It's not important.
He's already shitting on this movie. On behalf of the Mother World, an interstellar empire fueled by centuries of conquest and war. He explains that his troops are hunting for a band of rebels led by siblings Devra and Darian Bloodaxe and offers to buy the village's surplus grain. The village's leader, Sindri, refuses the offer, claiming they barely have enough to survive. A farmer, Gunner, sorry, I already
doesn't matter.
Gunner to prepare enough grain, which will not leave the village with enough to survive in 10 weeks. Noble departs, leaving a handful of soldiers, including Private Ares, who is disillusioned with the Imperium and Mother World's immortality.
Doesn't matter.
Let's just say immoral ways.
Okay, yeah, there we go. and a Jimmy robot to oversee the harvest. After being harassed by a peer, Jimmy starts to become independent. One villager, Cora, finds the other soldiers holding another villager and Ari's hostage, preparing to gang rape the former. Yeah, that would, and kills them in help from Jimmy, who has defected from the soldiers. Cora warns the villagers that Noble will massacre the village once he returns unless they mount a defense. Cora and Gunner depart for the port town of Providence to recruit warriors for the village's defense, including Titus, a disgraced Imperium general. During their journey, she reveals to Gunner that she once served the Imperium as a soldier, having been adopted and renamed to Arthelaus by Belisarius. I'm sorry, I'm so bad with names like this.
It doesn't matter. No one's gonna ever remember these names. In how long has Star Wars been out? In that many years, people aren't gonna be like Balthazar, the I don't know, I don't know. I'm sorry. It was a good
DJ.
joke.
It's Belisarius.
Hey.
So Belisarius, an Imperium commander, after he killed her family and eradicated her home's planet population. She became bodyguard to Motherworld Princess Isa, who was expected to usher in an end to the Imperium's conquests. She was unable to protect Isa, or is it Isa? Is it Isa or Isa? Isa. Damn it, I'm sorry. During her coronation, when the royal family was assassinated, and Belisarius subsequently declared himself regent before renewing its conquests. Arriving at Providence, the pair meets smuggler and criminal Kai, who agrees to take them to recruit Titus. On the way, it is Kai, right?
Yep.
Okay, sorry. I know they said the names in the movie, but I want to make sure that I'm still pronouncing it right. Kai takes them to two additional warriors, Tarok, a beast tamer, and Nemesis, a talented swordswoman enhanced by cybernetics. The group arrives at a gladiator on a remote moon, finding Titus in a drunken stupor. Titus initially refuses, but agrees to join them after Cora suggests that he avenge his fallen soldiers. Using Gunner's previous dealings with the Blood Axes, they then arrive at planet Charon to meet them and their rebellion, intending to recruit them. Darian agrees to defend the village and brings with him a handful of rebels, including Milius, one rebel with him, while Devra considers a fight against Noble's dreadnought, the King's Gaze, hopeless and a waste of their resources. After they depart Charon, Noble arrives and eradicates the population as punishment for assisting the rebels. Kai tells Cora that he has been moved by her quest to abandon his illicit life as a smuggler, and that he has one last shipment to drop off to leave that life behind him. He takes the group to a trading post at which Noble's ship has arrived and restrains them, save for Gunner, betraying them to Noble and revealing he has always intended to do so for the bounties on their heads. Noble identifies Cora, Tarok, Nemesis, and Titus for their history, Cora and Titus as deserters, Tarok as a criminal and former prince, and Nemesis as the killer of several Imperial officers in revenge for her murdered children. Okay, I don't know why, but when they were talking about that, Nemesis reminded me a lot of, oh my God, Suicide Squad.
Enchantress?
Wait, what?
Enchantress?
No, swordswoman.
Oh, oh shit. Katana reminded me so much of that.
I was like, hey, it's Katana in another form. Afterwards, the surviving warriors return to Velt together. Oh wait, sorry, I totally skipped over a part. Kai demands that Gunner paralyze Cora, and Gunner instead frees her and kills Kai. The other warriors are unshackled as well. A battle ensues with Darian and Noble, the latter at the hands of Cora, among its casualties. Afterwards, the surviving warriors return to Velt together, with Jimmy watching them from afar on their way to the village. Noble's corpse is recovered by Motherworld Force. Dude, straight up when this happened, I'm just... it showed up, I'm just like, oh my God, what is he, Michael freaking Myers? He just won't die.
No shit, dude. I was like, I thought he was like dead. I was like, all right, cool. because he was up super high, like fell, and then they went and did that resurrection bullshit. I'm like, dumb.
Which freaking felt straight out of the Matrix. Zach Snyder should be sued for that.
If that's the only thing in this movie you think Zack Snyder should be sued for, you and I did not watch the same movie.
Noble's corpse is recovered by Motherworld forces, and he is resurrected after having spoken on an astral plane with Belisarius, who demands that Noble end the insurgency against him and bring Cora to him alive so he can execute her himself. End part 1.
If only that were the end. If only we were like, thanks for coming, everybody. See you next time.
Okay, when the credits started rolling, I was like, okay, you know what? Because I didn't know DJ's thoughts, and I think I already know them for how he's talked about this movie. But I'm just like, okay, you know what? I can understand why DJ wanted to watch this because he's a big Matrix guy. Completely understandable. Now thinking about it more, I'm just like, yeah, he probably just thought it was just a straight rip off of the Matrix, and that's what he did.
Dude, they incorporated so much shit. It was part like they had like the bits of the Matrix. They had a little bit of Star Wars. They had a little bit of Dune. They had a little bit of Avengers Endgame in there. They had a hint of the Magnificent Seven in there too.
Dude, that's so true.
They just had little touches of like sprinkles of everything. I'm just like,
listen, there's shady. There is a lot of people out there that I have heard make the observation that this was, and apparently this really was, like back when Disney bought Star Wars for their $5 billion deal. Zach came. Well, our old pal Zach Snyder came and was like, I've got an idea for you guys about your next Star Wars film. And they were like, no. And in the state of Star Wars right now, the movies anyway, you've got to ask yourself, what's so bad that even they would say no? And he is like, I will take 10 years and answer the question. Sorry, 11 years and answer the question of what could possibly be worse than what you have already seen. While at the same time, this whole movie was like, you should all be apologizing to J.J. Abrams. Every single one of you that said he did terrible things to that franchise. You need to go back and you need to grovel at his feet and say, I'm sorry for what I did. I see now what it could have been, and you did the best you could, sir.
Okay, DJ, you just became my favorite person ever. You might be like the only person that defends what J.J. Abrams did to Star Wars.
Okay, what J.J. Abrams was attempting to do what seemed like it was okay. It's what Rian Johnson did that messed it all up.
Very true. Force Awakens, great. I don't care what anyone says. Favorite Star Wars movie ever. Then Rian Johnson effed the whole thing up with The Last Jedi, and then freaking J.J. Abrams had to try to wrap up everything in the third movie where Rian Johnson didn't take it anywhere.
I don't understand the idea of directors working so hard against either the property or other directors when it comes to big expansive things like that. Because what was it? Sam Raimi. I was thinking about that today, about how much I hate the fact that I don't even know if it's a fact. It's just been said so many times that I assume it's true, that the fact that he was they're like, hey, we have this WandaVision show. You should probably reference it and look at what Wanda was like before your movie. And he was like, nah, I'm good. I already got some ideas. Let me go ahead and get this done for you real quick.
I thought that was more so the writers, from what I heard. It wasn't really Sam Raimi.
That's his boys, right?
It's fair.
You know what I mean? But that Rian Johnson being like, I don't like where you're going with this. I'm gonna do my own thing. First of all, relax. You're not Miles Morales. Second of all, it's just not. Why do this?
This is why when it comes to trilogies, it should just be one director. J.J. Abrams should have gotten the whole trilogy. I know we're getting into Star Wars. Sorry, but I know I bring it up so often, but Halloween, the new Halloween trilogy, say what you will about it, but at least David Gordon Green was the sole director of all three, and he got what the tone of all three felt the same, and the way that it was completely told made sense. The whole message that he wanted to get across did. So, like I said, say what you wanted to about the Blumhouse trilogy of Halloween, but at least it was the same damn director.
So the original trilogy, was that 3 directors or 2? Because I know it was a different director for the second movie.
So it was actually it was a director, a different director for all 3, because John Carpenter only did the first Halloween. Then I forget who directed Halloween 2, but what sucks is Halloween 2, honestly one of the best sequels of the franchise. He did a great job with, but then he came back for Halloween Resurrection, one of the worst sequels in the franchise. It's like, how do you go from night to day, or from day to night, with how good your sequels are? But then Halloween 3 was a completely different director, just because Halloween 3 it didn't have Michael Myers. It was, a Halloween anthology film.
Well, what about the Star Wars one? Like, was that, because I know the first 2 had different directors, but I don't know if the third one did.
I think that was all George Lucas. We're talking the original trilogy, right?
Yeah. Like, episode. I'm almost 100% sure the episode 5 was a different director.
Really? I always thought it was all George Lucas.
All right, so A New Hope was directed by George Lucas. Empire Strikes Back was directed by Irvin Kershner. Story by George Lucas. And then Return of the Jedi was directed by Richard Marquand.
So that right there is what I'm saying. Like, clearly either those directors like very much understood what George Lucas was trying to get across and did a pretty good job of it. Like, to me, that's part of the reason why I hate this new trilogy of Star Wars, is because we are straight up talking about Star Wars. I am so sorry, but it's because of things like Rian Johnson, like, just being like, I don't like it. I'm going to do my own thing. Like, don't do this. Like, there's us. Whatever. Rebel Moon, everybody. The C-3PO was the most interesting thing, and they barely used him. Go on.
No, I'm gonna agree with Gigi on that, because the final shot where
he had the antlers on, and he's just a wilderness person. He's like,
I'm just like, that should have been the end shot, just roll credits. But no, they had to do the freaking Matrix ripoff.
Dude, so, I shit you not. When I saw that, I leaned over to my wife and I was just like, he's been through some shit, and I wish we would have gotten to see it.
Listen, the whole movie, when it got to that point, what I said to Beth was, why didn't we see his movie? I don't need the movie that I got. I need that guy's movie.
I think we got that with Chappie. I think that's,
dude, I'm just thinking that.
I just, like, as part of the apologies too that go to J.J. Abrams, as people used to give him so much crap about the lens flare. Let me tell you about a man that does not know how to use slow motion. Zach Snyder, and he slow motions the dumbest parts. They're like reaching for a cup of coffee. Oh, got it. Drink it real fast. Like,
the only time that I can justify Zack Snyder using slow motion is in his cut of Justice League, when the Flash breaks the Speed Force. That is the only time that I can justify it, because it's such a freaking great scene.
But it's a good long scene. You know what I mean? It wasn't just like a small part in a battle where someone isn't even jumping. They're just like slightly going over a piece of rubble, and they're like, all right, I'm going to keep shooting now. Like, there was so much pointless slow motion, I felt like, to this movie, that I immediately thought of J.J. Abrams' lens flare, and I'm like, again, we need to all write this man an apology, a handwritten apology. We're so sorry for what we've done.
Yeah, I was on his side all the time, so I don't think I owe him an apology.
Man, dude, I had some different, like, okay, I definitely do feel like the slow motion was overused, but there were a couple shots where I do feel like it was freaking bitching.
Go ahead and name those shots, please.
All right, the first one was when what's his face, the one dude was jumping on the hippogriff, looking thing, like that slow motion shot, like that was dope.
I will give you that. That was cool.
This why it was not. First of all, knock off Jason Momoa. Shout out Jason Momoa. They should have got you for this movie.
Do they put like way too much baby oil on his abs? Like they really had to showcase that he was ripped. Like
they were like, "Hey, if you
it.
were wondering, this blacksmith of the sand dunes is ripped." he just hits things. By the way, he was honor bound to not leave, but he still needed a very just not very much of a chain on his leg, just to be like to remind him that he's still a slave to this dude. I guess I don't know.
It was odd, but yeah, starting off with story first and foremost.
What was
we're
it?
jumping the gun. We are jumping
out?
the gun.
Oh shit,
dude, there was a good mixture of everything. This was just a more in-depth story for what could have been Gamora.
Dude, that is the perfect way to sum it up. Dude, perfection, Caleb.
Like it was such a listen, we talked about it before we started recording. The first shot of space penis flying through space vagina was odd. And then they're like, just in case you were wondering, they're like, here is someone doing farming and you can see a giant, we're going to assume it's a planet, but you're going to think it's a moon. It's a rebel moon in the background. I hated that. I was like, why does it take up the whole screen? Like, we get it. They're in space.
Dude, some of the CGI was a bit lazy. But that is definitely that's definitely an effects situation that's going to come up.
Oh shit!
They spent it all on Chappie. They spent the whole budget on Chappie, and then just got the freaking riffraff to do the rest.
They spent it on that, and then the freaking guy that grabs oh god, what's his name?
Exactly. This is why when you were saying the names, I was saying it doesn't matter.
No, so I feel that they spent it on Chappie, and then they also spent it on the guy that grabs oh my god, what Gunner's junk in the pub or whatever the hell they were.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
That's that scene, like the way I don't think he said it like this, but like when he grabs his junk, he's like, "There's more where that came," or some shit like that. I'm like, what the fuck?
Like, this movie got uncomfy
again. They're like, you didn't know if the girl was like, is this her lover? Is this her dad? Is this her protector? Who is this? Nope, it's just a really gritty farmer. And it's just when I found you on the space traveling device, we're in space in case you forgot, I decided to hold back this super cool gun. Here's this gun now. I don't know how long you've been here, but now it's gun time. Please do all the shooting.
Dude, what's his name? The Charlie Hunnam's character, is that Kai?
Yeah, that's Kai.
Dude, I saw his freaking turn from a million miles away.
I did too, and usually I'm really bad at calling.
You are horrible with that shit.
But I did too. This is the first. I deserve an award for that because this is the first time in a while.
He is a very he's established immediately as a bounty hunter, and then he just suddenly turns like, oh, it's not about the money, and I'm like, immediately like, yeah, what? Like, you're a bounty hunter, sir. What do you mean it's not about the money? That is your entire life. Yeah. And then they just kind of like took him at his word, and I'm just like,
well, I mean, it's Charlie Hunnam. Charlie Hunnam makes you a promise, you believe him.
I was just definitely. I was sitting there and just like, there's nothing, like there's nothing in this for him. There's no money. Like, he knows that there's no money coming his way. There's like, he has so little to like motivation to be doing any of this. And I'm like, I feel for someone who claims to be like the top warrior, she got betrayed super freaking easy.
But that's the thing, like, this movie was so weird because it was like, I don't know if this is writing or character development actually, but there was no one in this movie that you were like, man, I like this person the whole way through. Like, this person is great. They're perfectly quirky, and I want to know more about this person. Like, you kind of get all the information you need about her eventually. The guy that you think you're gonna like, that's gonna be the Han Solo without a Chewbacca, that's the real reason you shouldn't have trusted him. No Chewbacca. And then all of a sudden he's like, oh, whoops, I was the bad guy the whole time. It was such I don't know. The whole Rick and Morty scene of like, we're just gonna fly to a bunch of different planets and everyone's gonna finger guns and you son of a bitch, I'm in. Let's save this universe. It was just, I don't know, man. This is what was the story? That's what I want to ask you guys. We're talking about story. What was the story? I don't know.
We're also only is this like supposed to be like a 3-parter, or is this only 2?
It's 2 as far as I know.
Yeah, I think it's just 2.
Okay, because this just kind of felt like, it did honestly feel like half of a movie.
Yeah, definitely.
But the worst half, that was 2 hours and 15 minutes.
For how much they drived home about, like getting a crew together, I was just, and you know what? I loved this movie. Feel like it's way too much hate with Star Wars fans. The Solo, A Star Wars Story. How many times people played the scene with Woody Harrelson's character got a job putting together a crew? That's how I felt the whole damn movie. They drove it home way too much.
Dude, a lot of these characters didn't even need that much convincing.
That's what I'm saying.
I understood the first guy because he's like, yeah, like I understood the first guy because it's like, yeah, it's either join them or being like a shackled blacksmith on Tatooine. But so like I understood him, but did Katana, like a little bit.
Listen, what did he do really? That Griffin thing still died. He just tamed it. It killed the guy that was made him a slave, or was the slaver. And then what? All of his minions are there just going to be like, well, I hope he doesn't eat me. And he just winks at this thing, gives it the finger gun, and just gets in the ship and leaves. Guess what? Those guys that were left, they killed that thing right after the ship flew away. So congratulations, you tamed it and it's dead now.
I don't know about that.
That's what happened.
I hope it didn't die.
That's absolutely what happened. You will not say that thing will not make an appearance in part 2. You mark my words.
Damn.
Yeah, man. Like, this is a tough sell of a movie, dude. Like, I went into it coming out and I'm like, this is better than Dune.
Dude, I want to go back and watch Dune because I have I'm gonna be like,
I don't think I gave it a fair chance.
I know, but yeah, I'm gonna be like that Thanos meme. Perhaps I treated you too harshly.
That was gonna be the question I asked you guys at the end, because I didn't want to watch Dune because it looked like what this movie turned out to be just from the trailers. And I was gonna ask, like, should I watch Dune? Is this better or worse than Dune?
I don't know. If the fact that Dune has Chalamet and Zendaya, I'd probably go for Dune.
I don't know about that, dude. I would personally go with this one. I think this one was a bit easier to follow than Dune.
Okay, so
Dune throws
two different answers.
Dune throws a little too much politics into the mix, and so it becomes like really like story heavy, and like story that's like not fun to follow. This one, I feel it's a little bit easier to follow. I mean, this is basically freaking a space western.
It's
so
easy to follow, but it's like it's so long. Like, this movie, I feel I'm like, are we still doing this? Like, somehow they agree to be part of her team instantly, but it takes 15 hours for it to happen. And then they do it, and then they get there, and then there's another 15-hour fight that's not even really a fight. And it's like, and then you see antlers at the end, and you're like, dude, where were you this whole time? Why didn't you bring me with you? Do you know where I was? I was looking. Let me tell you the story of what I just saw, and I don't even know how to tell the story.
Dude, oh man, yeah, it was. it was tough to follow, like really bad.
I'll fully admit
just-
I checked my phone multiple times.
I did too.
I made a point. Me and Beth watched this movie at the same time in the same room. And Beth was just boop on her phone instantly. And I'm like, no, locked in. I'm going to watch this movie because I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of over Star Wars movies. Like I like the shows, but like I'm ready for the next thing. Even if it's Star Wars-esque, I'm ready for it. And I went into this movie going like as open-minded as I could because I'd heard things about it, but I was like, no, these are just haters. Like this is not going to be what everyone is seemingly saying that it is. Like they're just haters. That's all it is. And I felt like I was like grabbing a rose or something the whole time, just not a rose, not a Jonathan Rose, a rose. Like the whole movie felt like trying to squeeze a rose stem as hard as you could for 2 hours and 15 minutes and pretend like those thorns were not pain. Just like, no, I enjoy this. No, I enjoy this. No, I enjoy this. And it was just, there was nothing. Like all we got was some guy showed up. What are they going to do? They're going to take everything. What do you want, sir? Everything. Okay, now we got to go assemble a team. We assembled the team. Now we got to go fight the guy. We fought the guy. Why did we do it? Not quite sure. I was adopted by the king. The king died, and now we're fighting. I don't know. Like, really, I really mean it. What is the story of this movie? What is the story of this movie?
Yeah. Dude, it was a lot. I gotta like point this out. Her like nickname, the Scar Giver, I'm like, that is so lame. That just sounds like you have commitment issues.
Well, that's the thing. Like this movie, it had cool aspects of it. Like it had good ideas all throughout it, but it just didn't follow through on any of it. It somehow told you nothing and gave away everything all at the same time. I felt like.
Yeah.
So true.
This one's tough. I'm maybe 72.
LOL.
I thought Caleb was going to be higher than that.
I right out of the gate, like after I'd watched it, I was like, this wasn't bad. Like I think I liked it more, definitely liked it more than Dune. But yeah, just stewing on it, I'm like, this wasn't very well put together at all. Like it was very bland. It feels like it's super derivative of a bunch of different shit. Like you said, freaking Matrix and all of these other things that we've brought up. It feels like a freaking Frankenstein of sci-fi.
But that's the thing. Like
way to put it.
The best movies, I feel like, can do that. Like what I was thinking about too about this movie today is like, I wish Quentin Tarantino would do a space opera movie. Like maybe a little light on the conversation, but like this is like, there are ways to pay homage to things and not just beat you over the head with it. And this wasn't paying homage to anything. It was just like, this is what it is. It's in space. It does things like space things do that you know. And that was, but that's Zach Snyder. Like that dude, I forgot. I could not remember the name, but it's Sucker Punch. Like Sucker Punch is like one of those movies that he made as well. That's just like, it's not that it's a bad movie. It's just that it's one of those movies that you're like, why did I watch this? Why did you make this? Like, what am I supposed to get from this movie other than like a girl gets raped almost to death and then gets lobotomized at the end? Okay, cool story, Zach. And then you're like, hey, just in case you wondered who this was, let's throw a little bit of gang rape at the beginning just to make sure that you know who the good guys and the bad guys are. In case you were wondering, let's draw a very clear, definitive line right through so you know bad side, good side. Like, okay, man, cool space thing. Love it.
Dude, I have a funny story about Sucker Punch.
You don't, but go ahead.
No, I feel like I do. I
do.
watched Sucker Punch
Please.
one
With your
day,
family.
just randomly, like, and I watched it, and I knew that, like, it was like I was at an age where I wasn't quite well versed in cinema.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I came out of it being confused as hell about what I just watched.
Being less
And
versed in cinema.
Yeah, it's so I came out like being super confused, but I held the movie in much higher regard than I should have, because I was like, well, I probably just didn't understand the complexities of the story. I rewatched it as an adult. I'm like, what in the ever-loving shit was that?
Dude, it's just a girl who goes to a place while she's getting raped by people. That's what the movie is. Yeah, that's what she said. Not again. World War II fighter plane. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, Zack Snyder is a weird dude. I saw the best and only comment that anyone needs to hear about this movie, which is, if you didn't like it, you'll probably like the 4-hour director's cut better. Like this, you know what this movie is for? This is for people who loved the Justice League and really loved the Snyder cut. Like, if you love the Snyder cut, you probably love this movie.
See, that's the thing. Like, okay, I wouldn't say I love the Snyder cut, but like, it is the definitive version of Justice League, and I really enjoyed it. But you really did not enjoy this movie? I guess I only like Zack Snyder when it comes to superheroes, apparently.
Yeah. Rude.
Yeah, that is rude. I love you, Ben.
Shit. Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah, I love Ben.
Oh man, but yeah. So I'm at a 72. Meh.
If you want me to go next, I'm going to really set a precedent today. Because of funny reasons and real reasons, I'm going to start it off at 69.
I'm gonna
You
actually
may notice a pattern emerge as the show goes on.
I'm gonna actually be lower than DJ. I'm gonna be a 68.
Ooh,
yeah, not my forte.
Couldn't agree more.
Shit, dude, I might be the one that like brings this movie up.
Yeah, Caleb, I think you are going to be that person,
because I know you, like, it seems like you two like really dislike this movie, and I was like, it is but
dude, we were Saltburn bros, okay, and I was like, let's cleanse the palate and do something good. Like, I legitimately recommended us do this movie because I was like, we watched that horrid thing called Saltburn and we need to do something fun, and let's do the movie that I have very high hopes for. And then I watched this movie and was like, cool, Saltburn in space.
Forget, I was halfway through this movie. I'm just like, this really is not that good. Like, am I wrong?
You're not.
I looked at Rotten Tomatoes. I mean, definitely don't trust Rotten Tomatoes. But I was looking at like the critic score and the audience score. I'm like, okay, nope, I'm not alone with this. Audience score, I think, is a 58. Critics is a 22.
All right, relax, critics. It's not that bad, but it's pretty bad.
Yeah,
yeah, I agree.
All right. Next up, we got writing.
Fart noises. This is all I'll be saying until we get to the next thing. Fart noises.
Shit.
The everything line. What do they want? Everything. What do you guys want? We want everything. Okay. I guess have everything then.
Dude, nothing pissed me off more than the freaking villagers when they were talking like, hey, if we do a really good job for these people, maybe they'll let us live. I'm like, that was dude, what?
Like, these are farm working hardened people, and they're like, what if we give them everything like they asked it for? Like, Huh? What are you? Why? Why? Because we're scared. No, you're not. You're dumb. Like, just fight. Like, those strike me as people that would have fought. Like, theoretically, the reason they were so dumb is because they should have been the ones that they were like, hey, you son of a bitch, I'm in. She shouldn't have had to go across the galaxy to fight. These dummies should have been willing to do it. But instead, they're like, what if we turned around and dropped our pants? Is that
Dude, you are not wrong.
No.
I mean, they freaking like turned over so quick. It wasn't even funny. I'm just like, gosh, you guys are freaking idiots.
Yeah. And literally no one opposed it. I mean, except for her. But everyone's like, yeah, this sounds like a great plan. We got this, guys. They will just love what we did so much that they will make sure that we live.
Well, in fairness, the one guy that did oppose it, he got shot in the forehead. So their former leader.
All right,
bro.
Fair.
Do you know what this movie is?
Don't say something I'm gonna hate.
This is live action space Bugs Life.
Ha!
Caleb just cracked the code.
Jesus Christ! Why did you do that? We should have done Bugs Life.
The live action version of Bugs Life that we never knew we wanted.
We didn't want. You meant?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. We didn't want.
Yeah.
Oh,
these people
no,
that
there was even-
harvest. These people that harvest.
Snyder.
These people that harvest food and store up a bunch of food to deliver to a freaking dictator like people.
Can I tell you though? Can I tell you in the vein of your theory, which is now correct, that is canon. This is Bugs Life live action. I was gonna say one of the people who I enjoyed the writing for because it was bad in such a good way was their crazy general man who was wearing a suit by the end with no coat. I don't remember his name. Who is he? He's not an admiral. What was he? He was the one that was manning the King's Gaze. He showed up.
Oh shit.
He was the one that showed up there
and Ajax.
And was that his name?
No, that's his character's name from Deadpool.
Oh.
Or Francis.
Like, I actually, at first I thought it was too much, but I actually liked him. Like, I felt like he might have been the only person who knew how bad of a movie this was and was like, I'm just going to go crazy and no one's going to stop me because what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Kick me off this movie? Oh, no.
Yeah,
I'm
going to agree with DJ.
He was honestly my favorite person in this whole thing.
Oh my god, who played Alfred in Batman v Superman?
Oh god,
Jeremy Irons.
Jeremy Irons. So every buddy of mine has said because you saying that just reminds me. He tells me Jeremy Irons is like the only good part of the original Dungeons and Dragons movie, just because you can tell that he knew it was going to be bad, but he just had so much fun with it.
And that's it.
He's
like when you can go full crazy like that, it just helps. It's good. And this guy, whatever his name, what is his name? I need to give this man full credit. I'm sorry, I'm looking at IMDb because IMDb.
Well, we'll have his name up here in a minute with acting.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, good.
Yeah, but oh man, this was a rough one.
Well, we go back to Charlie Hunnam's character doing the old double cross. Like, I didn't see it coming from a mile away because I was like, I think I had already checked out of this movie. You know how like when your eyes are open but you're kind of asleep. I think that's how I was watching that movie at some point, and like it was such a like when he did it, I was like, of course you are. Of course you're this guy. You were this close to being likable, and then you were like, just kidding. I hate you guys, and I love the motherland. And yeah, Sons of Anarchy. Maybe I'll stand in front of a space semi truck.
Dude, I think that was a huge problem for me. Was his motivation behind the betrayal? because he's like, he was sharing no reasons why he would be siding with the like imperial whatever they're called, Imperiums.
He's a
Like he's like, you know what they've done? They've done like all of this horrible stuff. Like I wish they would have like just destroyed the planet. They just like did all this bad stuff to us, and now like, and I'm like, okay, so why are you helping them then, sir?
money.
Yeah, I'm like, other than that,
Money.
other than money, I'm like, you've given me no true reason. Like, you should hate these guys to your core, wanting to like burn everything that they are and stand for. Yet you're giving up on any hope of that for a paycheck, which I'm like, all right, fine, but just be consistent about it.
He was terribly written. I feel like everyone for the most part was not written very well. The story, the writing of the story, like having them have the motherland, what was it called? The mother planet? What was the doesn't matter. The mother lode was they basically gave a reason why everyone in space is British, because they're like, there's a king. There's a space king. Obviously, the space king is the one who is the most popular, and everyone has a British accent like the king. Like, okay, well, that's something definitely no one cared about or wanted to know, but cool. Like I mentioned before, the whole like everyone just like being cool with like, hey, we're gonna go do a fight and probably die. All right. Sounds cool. Here we go. And what was the story, you guys? What was the story?
This is one, the writing was way below the story for me. It didn't hold up. There wasn't anything like memorable, like even the lines that I feel like were supposed to be like intimidating or epic or whatever were just bland. Like when the freaking general comes, or the admiral comes, and he's just like, well, what are you wanting to take everything? Like, you could have done something cooler with that.
But she said, you understand, Caleb, let me explain to you how movies work. See, she said earlier when they were like, what do you think they want? She was like, everything, and looked up to the clouds. And then, so that's why he paid off the thing that he didn't hear that she said, but that we heard it so that we would know that she was right. So
and that's masterful writing.
That's how writing in movies work. So sorry,
lazy, very freaking lazy. Yeah, I'm going to be down where you guys are with the story, but so I'm going to give the writing a 69.
Ooh, man, you were so close, but 65 is the correct answer.
I'm with DJ. 65 is the correct answer. Oh, shit. Caleb, I'm very interested to see if your scores will save this movie. I'm excited.
I mean, it will a little bit, but not much. I'm way outvoted here.
Listen, for anyone watching who you keep seeing me check my phone, I'm actually doing part of Caleb's new grading system on my phone. So I'm doing classwork, everybody. Just back off.
Yeah.
Way to be the teacher's pet, DJ. I love it.
Yeah, I know. Freaking suck up.
Well, listen, I've been a part of a few podcasts where, like, I've even been the host of said podcast, and someone has just gone beep and just gone to their phone, and it is. I feel some type of way about that. So, and I know sometimes when I see it, I'm like, "You son of a bitch, just put your phone down."
We wanted a little bit more inclusion with our guests, to make them feel like they're doing something.
How dare you? I'm here doing something.
I know, but I felt like it could be more fun
to show like quietly, like on mute. Like, well, I can't wait till they're done.
No, like I thought it'd be a fun like participation thing.
You are correct.
Anyway, all right, moving on over to acting. We have that cast list here. All right, so we have Sofia Boutella, who played Cora, which actually seeing her picture now, I now remember what I recognize her from, and it's the Tom Cruise Mummy.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, the
No one
movie that
saw.
failed. Yeah, it's
I was gonna
failed
say,
so bad.
hey man, maybe it's her. Maybe it's her.
It was definitely not her.
Ah,
Oh,
I mean, I
man.
never saw The Mummy, but
Dude, honestly, the way that whole thing with like the dark universe, what they were going to set up for, the way that they got so ahead of themselves, even before the Mummy came out, I find freaking hilarious.
it would have been
And
cool if it worked. Like you would have
it
thought
would
if
have,
anybody
but
could have pulled
then
it off, it'd be Tom Cruise.
yeah, but I mean, like yeah, I never saw the Mummy, but I mean, even though it's not connected to what they wanted to do, at least we got a good version of the Invisible Man. So shortly after, so at least there was that.
Damn. All right, next we got. Is it Michelle?
It's me. It's I thought it was Mikiel.
Mikael.
I have
Mikael
no idea.
Huisman.
Yeah, I'll say Michael Huseman, who played Gunner.
It's Timothée Chalamet. Go on.
Ed Skrein, who played Atticus Noble.
All right, hold on. You're going too fast. Go back to the last guy. Who was he in? I know it says Gunner, but like, who was Gunner?
The farmer following Cora around.
Oh yeah,
He was the Cassian to Cora's Jyn Erso.
This guy, I actually probably will rank him higher specifically just because I hated his guts so much. And I feel like anyone who can make you do that in a movie is actually a good actor.
Dude, he wasn't trying to, though.
I hated him so much. Well, I think there's some extras. I don't care what our boss says. Oh, good. Thanks. You're great.
Dude, when he was attempting to rescue that child from the spider lady, my wife was like, okay, finally he does something.
He definitely did nothing this whole movie.
Yeah. All right, next we got Ed Skrein is Atticus Noble.
Now this was the Admiral, yes.
Yes. All right, then we got Charlie Hunnam, who played Kai.
Hello, I would have rather watched Pacific Rim. Thank you. Next.
Dude, whatever accent he was trying to use was horrid.
Just use your dumb accent. Like, no one, it's space, man. Like, nobody cares in space.
Yeah, you did not need to go, like, I don't even know. Like, it felt like he was trying to go Irish.
I actually saw the title of an article that was like Charlie Hunnam explains his northern accent, and I was like, well, that's a bad sign.
Yeah. All right, Jamon Hounsou, who played General Titus.
Amazing in everything. You're a gem of a human being. I'm so sad you're part of this. Dude, and what is he, 170, and he could still choke everybody out?
Yeah, he's definitely on, like, I wouldn't say he's like in the hundreds, but he's
an older dude.
He's getting up there.
Older. Like, I'd say like late 50s, early 60s at least.
Still running circles around some other actors.
Yeah,
the physical stuff.
Let's see how old he is, just for shits. He's 59 years old.
There you go.
Damn,
man doesn't look a day over 40. By the way, just seriously, so you know, he is 59 years old. I am 40 years old. Do you see?
DJ, you look great for your age. Be nicer to yourself.
You're a liar.
I am not.
Your shirt has a Woody on it.
What do you got against Toy Story?
Nothing. I just wanted the people who aren't watching to be like, wait, what?
All right. Next up, we got Bae Duna, who played Nemesis.
I'm sure she's great. Didn't care.
Yeah, she had such a small role. It wasn't even funny.
I should have just put Katana too. That's what I.
Yeah, basically Katana. Ray Fisher, who played Derry. Oh, it was Ray Fisher.
Yeah, dude, that blew my mind too.
I didn't know that until today. And I was like, hold on.
It was Cyborg?
And by the way, those two were the cheesiest ones of all. Him and his sister, they're like, we fight against the motherlode. Like, okay, first of all, how is it so easy to find you, my dude? Why did she find you in like less than a day? I think if she found us so easy, brother, let me tell you something. If she found you in less than 24 hours, they already know where you're at. You're all dead. Stop this. I think. No, you don't.
Yeah, so Ray Fisher played Darian Bloodaxe, and that is everyone.
Or at least the people that we're supposed to care about.
Yeah.
But did we really care about any of them?
Not really.
That is
I really didn't, but that's just me.
I've already forgotten everyone's name. I should have written it down. Roten's not right. Should have written it down. Admiral Hux, and he's number 1. Anthony Hopkins, even though he was only in the movie for, I don't know what, a total of 5 minutes tops in voice form, he is number 2. And I'm going to give myself number 3. How about that?
Yeah, dude, Ray Fisher's character reminded me a lot of Forrest Whitaker's in Rogue One.
Absolutely no. How
really?
dare you? No, that is not Saw Gerrera. Get away. No.
Okay, not specifically from Rogue One. Like I'm talking when he was like younger, when like in the Clone Wars.
Young and terrible at acting. Is that what you're saying? Like what? Listen, I'm not saying he's a terrible actor in general, Ray Fisher. He did not do a good job in this movie at all. Like, I understand why he was like, I want to get paid more for Justice League. And they were like, no, you're bad at acting, my guy. Don't do it.
Yeah, can we talk? It's really sad that he is now that the DCU is dead, he is the only member of that Justice League that didn't get anything. Like, say what you will about, like the original 6 Avengers, but at least all of them, well, okay, 5 of them got a movie, but at least Hawkeye got a show.
He did. That's true. And a child that lived.
Cyborg didn't get shit.
Not even cameos, dude.
Yeah, dude. Like, honestly, I would have loved a cameo in Flash, considering that I thought him and the Flash had a good dynamic in Justice League.
Didn't he forsake all of that, though, at some point, and just was like, no, I'm not going to do any of this anymore?
He took an absolute shit on Warner Brothers, and he was very vocal about it. So they're just like, yep, not bringing you back.
I don't disagree with anything that he said. I'm just saying that, like, if this movie was supposed to, like, I'll show you, you didn't do a very good job, Mr. Fisher. You should have done something different and better.
Yeah,
not wrong.
All right, what's your guys' top 3 looking like?
I literally told you it's
I gotta agree with DJ. Number 3, DJ, definitely.
Number 1 is the guy that played the Admiral. Number 2 is Anthony Hopkins, and number 3 is me. The final answer.
I mean, for how much commentary DJ has about this movie, he honestly should just be included in the cast.
Acting like I was gonna normally be able to get through this movie. I should have gotten an Oscar.
I don't know. For me, number 3, I'd probably, just because I actually did enjoy her performance, I'll give it to Bae Doona, who played Nemesis, for what little she got to do. I guess because she reminded me of Katana a lot, I actually really liked her performance, because I really liked Katana in Suicide Squad. That's one of the only good parts of that movie. But I thought she was really good here. Number 2, just because he is great in everything he does, Djimon Hounsou played Titus. I'll give him number 2. And then number 1, I'll give to Ed Skrein, who played Atticus. Because for how bad the script was, you could definitely tell that at least he tried to have fun with it. And he does such a great job at playing a bad guy. Like in Deadpool and now this, like the guy has an act for it. And like, kudos to him. He does a great job.
It helps that he kind of has like a douche face.
And don't they point that out in the first Deadpool?
I think so.
What a great.
But so that is my top 3.
Yeah. All right, I'm agreeing with you. He's my number 1. My number 2, I'm going to give to Sophia Boutella, who played Cora. I thought she gave a wide range of different performances for like the different parts of like flashbacks and stuff. Like she plays, I don't know, I think she throws like pretty strong emotions in her performance, and I appreciated it. Like I recognize her talent, and I don't think she's being used to her fullest potential, which sucks.
I can definitely agree with you there. I didn't enjoy her performance that much in this movie, but I will agree that she actually is a good actress and she does deserve better.
Yeah, my number 3, gosh, I might agree with you with Bae Duna. Like I thought she did a really solid job. And her story was one that I would have liked a little bit of a deeper dive into than we got.
Can I actually change my number 2? Is that okay? Would you kill me?
I'm going to change mine too, by the way. I think I was a little too hard-nosed about my me pick.
Just because it's a hot take and I just really enjoyed his performance. Because he reminded me a lot of Cassian Andor. Even though I thought Cassian Andor is a way better character. But I would actually give number 2 to Michael Huisman.
All right, I'm back. It's me at number 3, baby.
So sorry, I'm changing my number 2 to that. So number 3 for me is still it's still Bae, but number 2 is now Michael, and number 1 is still Ed. So
yeah, I think I'm going to change mine to Ed Skrin is still going to be number 1. I think I'm going to agree with you and put what's her face Cora as number 2. Because I mean, I heard someone give this critique of her, and I think I kind of agree with it. Is that she?
Oh wait, sorry, you said Cora. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good. She had bad lines, but she delivered them as convincingly as possible. So, like maybe where I keep wanting to call him Hux because this is Star Wars. Atticus Finch or whatever his name is, like he just went full tilt crazy, and she was like, "I'm gonna try and make this not horseshit." And I think she did as good as she could with that. I'm still giving my number 3 to Anthony Hopkins because I'm telling you, with the little bit of dialogue that he was given, I don't know if that dialogue was actually better or not, or if his delivery was just so good that I just really wanted, because even without the antler wild child at the end, like I wanted that movie anyway. Like, and nothing is more frustrating than seeing the preview for the second one and they're like, he's going to be prominently featured. Hey man, what? I got to wait for the best stuff in the next part? Is this like the eating your vegetables before you get to the steak? Like, why? So yeah, no. I hate Brussels sprouts, but I eat them first because then I will have his good stuff left. That's what this movie was. Sorry, I'm getting into final thoughts.
Damn. I don't know about you guys. I'm sitting at like a 76 for acting. I thought everyone did a fairly decent job, but I've seen better come from these people.
I forgot that we're grading this. I feel so bad for what I'm about to do.
Oh, no.
Man. This goes against everything I was going to do. It was going to be 69 or less across the board, but I'm going to go 70. I hate this movie.
I'm going to be like in between DJ and Caleb, so I'll go with be a 74.
All right, next up we got character development.
LOL is what we're saying about this movie. LOL. There was no character development.
Yeah, there was not. I couldn't even tell you where the characters were supposed to go. or if they're going anywhere. Like it's just, this feels like a very character driven movie, like based off of like, again, this is basically a story of Gamora like trying to like kill her father or father figure or whatever you want to call it.
Her
But
father's
it's
right hand.
yeah, it's, I feel like you could be going a lot of places with it, but she didn't, like, her, there was no arc for her other than being a freaking dummy, and she's supposed to be one of like the greatest fighters ever. And I'm like, you feel like your instincts on who's the bad guy would be a little bit more on the nose.
I mean, maybe if they had made it a little more clear how long it had been since her ship crashed and she had been with this village, but like, what you're saying is true, because like theoretically, if she's this like Ronin type character, she should just get herself back up to health and then Dipowski Jones, see you in the next life, stupid. Like, there is no reason for her to even be there. There's certainly no reason for her to be like, you know what, I crashed my ship or whatever, I got raised back up to health by this place, I'm going to, you know what, I know I ran away, but I'm done running now, all right, it's time to fight. Why now? Like, what happened? Like, this is what I meant when I said this movie said so much and so little at the same time, because it's like it gave you information, but you're like, what do I do with this? Because they didn't do
She was
anything
ready
with
to freaking bounce, so she was ready to freaking hightail it out of there. It wasn't until she was like convinced by the old dude to like stick around and like fight for the village. So
God,
she was taken from this dude as a child, and not a young child either. This is like
8 or 9 or something like that.
I would honestly say early, maybe like preteen, like 11, 12. Or so, if the way that I've been mathing this is that they say that their seasons are, I'm considering that a year. So she was caught, or she was turned into like a full-blown like fighting machine by the time she was 18. So 5 years from that, so she would have been 5 or 13 when she was like adopted by this dude. And so if she got taken at 13, became like the general at 18, she's now like 22. So she fought for 5 years, and then she was on like crashed and whatever and was living on the other planet for 2.
Well, and the implication would be if she got to that high of a status in that short amount of time, then she is beyond prodigy level strategist, fighter, like all of it. And like that did not, like, she could clearly fight, like her fight scenes were cool, like, you know, her little small tiny 3-sentence rousing speeches were okay, but like there was nothing. It's like, what was it when they said like the critique of Darth Vader forever was, you know, he was a battle hardened whatever it was, and then in the prequel movies everyone's like, what, I thought he was supposed to be this like battle hardened Jedi, and he's just some whiny guy like his stupid son.
Yeah, the Clone Wars fixed that a lot.
Oh, for sure.
Like now I can absolutely be like, okay, yeah, Anakin was a freaking hardened warrior.
But that's the thing. We're not going to get a Clone Wars for Rebel Moon to be like, oh, actually, she was really good at her job, but she just was tired that day or something.
Yeah, I mean, they showed her like in some decent flashback fight sequences. So, I mean, you can kind of piece that together.
But again, it's got to be in 5 years at 18. Think about that. Really think about that. Like, could you imagine an 18-year-old? I don't know. What's like the highest rank you can be, and then out on the battlefield and still fighting? Like, could you imagine that person being 18 to 22 years old? No, you could not.
I mean, technically, because like. So I think the highest ranked people that ever go on the battlefield are like captains, maybe majors. But I mean, the majors are usually a bit older. Like the age difference between captains and majors is significant. But 22 is not in the cards for either of them.
And that's it. Even if you were like an amazing, like the top tier, no one had ever seen a fighter like you before, and you were in your 20s. Like, what are the odds that you're the all around, which is what she had to be? And that is not the person that she was. That's not the person that we saw in this movie at all. So I don't know.
Yeah, this was a straight up Gamora situation, and worse than Gamora situation, because she was taken when she was way older. Gamora was at least like a kid, like a young child, like could barely remember her family young. Like she remembers exactly what this fool did.
By the way, it's funny too, because I was just trying to think. I'm like, did anyone have character development? Like Charlie Hunnam's character did not. He just played himself the whole way through. We just found that out at the end.
Gunner's the only one that I'd say had any, but even his was just like, it was pathetic. He had that one moment where he tried to save the kid, didn't even do a great job at that, and and then that was it. And then he killed Charlie Hunnam.
But that wasn't even growth. It was just him being guilty for being stupid. Yep. And was like, I got to make up for what I did. But there was no like, and then I'm going to be different. I mean, I guess there is a part 2, so maybe he will be like, nah. You know who had the most character development in this whole movie? Like a wild amount of character development. That's our boy TikTok, or whatever his name is. Jimmy the robot. Whatever what's his name? Like, we saw him go from like automaton to like, oh, maybe there is life outside being an autonomous robot man, to being a child of the wilder people at the end. Like, again, he had the coolest movie. He had the most character development. He had all the fun stuff happen. And yet we know nothing of this man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Freaking sucks. Yeah, character development is easily my lowest score.
Let's see what you think the lowest score is.
This one, I'm probably at like a 64. It's low because it's like no one went anywhere. There wasn't any like path for them to take, like knowing that this, like going into this, knowing that it was a part 1 or like a part 2 was coming, I was just waiting to see like, where are these characters going to go? Like, what's the end goal? Like, even if they didn't fully like come into themselves, like I was still going to be like pretty gracious on this, because I'm like, it's split into 2 parts, but I don't know where these characters are going.
Well, because they didn't go anywhere the whole movie. Like, they didn't go anywhere. There's the only thing they're doing. This movie seems like it's running to the end. Like, that's what this movie seems like. It's like, boy, we've got this idea, and when you see the end, it's going to make all the other stuff worth it. So we're going to try and get there as fast as possible. Because God save the Queen, if this next movie is 3 hours long, you mark my words. It will be longer than this movie, I promise.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so 64 for me. Where are you guys at?
You go, Rose, because
I'll be like a 61.
Ooh, I'm matching Caleb on this one. You know what? I'm gonna split the diff. Let's give it a 60. What did you give it? A 64?
Yeah.
No splitting the diff. We're gonna go 62.
All right. Next up, we got effects, which I feel like you guys are going to be. I like the effects on this.
Listen,
to a point.
They look like the idea of it was good. Like, there was like some distinguishable things that were happening, but like, I sincerely, what is the robot's name? Because I'm never gonna remember, but
I think it's just Jimmy.
What a crazy thing to have a space movie with a robot named Jimmy. But whatever, I digress.
Like, he had like a C-3PO name, but I just don't.
Okay. He
Let me see if I
Jimmy.
can find it.
I really believe that they spent like the wild majority of the special effects on Jimmy because he looked amazing.
Oh, yep. They just have him as Jimmy in the IMDb. That's
Stupid. What a
hilarious.
stupid movie.
I'm curious what the how much this movie costed. I gotta find this out.
Too much.
Oh, like the budget?
Yeah.
I bet you it was freaking ridiculous.
So it says shared with part 2. So
no.
this is combined. Budget was 166 million.
Oh, wait a minute. That actually explains a lot. That explains so much. Hold on a second. 100 and how many what?
166 million.
So each movie was made for $83 million. That is insanity. My grade is going to go up for effects because these people must have gotten paid peanuts to be in it. I would love to. Is there any way to find out who the highest paid actor in this movie was? Because I bet it's not who you think.
I will try to find that out.
Because I bet you Anthony Hopkins is in the top 5.
I'm sure.
Dude, I'm looking up real quick just to see what other movies have like a budget that's similar to that.
Yeah, I bet it is going to boggle everyone's mind. Go.
Or I still need to find the list.
Oh, I thought you meant you had it.
Okay, here we go.
I bet
Actually, I was amazed
movies.
to find it.
Please.
Let's see. So Jimon, or is it Jimon?
Yeah.
I forget. So his salary was 600,000. Charlie Hunnam's was 400,000. Michael Huesman's was 250,000. Stars Nar as Turok was 200,000. Dune Bay as Duna Bay. Oh, I guess that's how you say her name. My bad. They told me wrong. As Nemesis was 150,000. Ray Fisher as Darian was 100,000. Cleopatra Coleman as Devra Bloodaxe was 80,000. Jenna Malone as Harmada.
Hold on a second. Did you say the star of the movie yet?
Yep.
Okay.
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay. Wait. Jesus.
Wait. I don't even know if she's included in this. That's
some bullshit.
So yeah, Jenna Malone, 60,000, and Ed Screen as the Admiral, 50,000. She is not on this list.
Okay,
so it must be higher. There's no way. There is no I don't know what to think about this. I gotta imagine what is this website? This is a reputable website.
I don't know. It's I don't know if it is because it's straight up just castsalary.com.
Okay, so I got the list of movie budgets.
Please.
So there's nothing that's like exactly at the 83 million mark. So I'll talk about like what's pretty close to it. At least ones that like are somewhat similar. Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift.
Wow.
Is sitting at 85. Let's see. Cats and Dogs: The Revenge of Kitty Galore is at 85 million. The 95 version of Judge Dredd. Scott Pilgrim versus the World was at 85 million.
How you spend some money, my friends.
Yeah, so let's see if there's anything more recent. Oh, The Greatest Showman is at 84.
A wild amount of special effects in Scott Pilgrim versus the World. But anyway, continue.
Birds of Prey.
Oh, yeah. I remember that movie.
Let's see. Bruce Almighty. Lego Batman movie. Alvin and the Chipmunks, Chipwrecked. Those are all kind of like in that ballpark. Let's see. Oh, Elvis was at 85. Sing 2, the first Fast and Furious, Divergent, Shazam. So if we're comparing this to Shazam, I think the special effects are pretty on point.
Yeah, because this
you have one.
again,
Yeah, so
I think they were all put into Jimmy.
All right, DJ,
Yeah.
I found it. Oh, sorry, Caleb. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I was just saying the like my effects score, it hasn't bumped up a lot because I was being very kind to this one because I personally liked them. There were some that were definitely weird, like after Cora and what's his face, Noble were fighting. Like you could definitely tell that there was like some CGI arms happening because they were like they both had like their arms broken, and so they were like swinging it, and so it looked super rubbery. And I'm like, that
Dude,
looks
how about old boy's beard when they found him that was clearly like stapled on to his face? Like that was such a terrible beard they had on him. It didn't even kind of look real.
whose beard?
The Digimon, the digital monster. I can't remember his real name.
Jimon?
Yes, Jamon.
Oh, dude, I thought you were talking about Darren Cross's beard, the leader of that village.
Oh yeah. No, their beard budget was definitely not high.
Yeah,
Dude, fake beards are like look horrible.
yeah.
They don't have to, because just so you know, there. I mean, it's kind of more obvious now in HD, but like apparently there was a lot of Walter White in Breaking Bad where he in real life he had to shave his goatee and stuff off, and they put it back on, and you can't really tell too much. Maybe you can now, but not like these beards. These beards, they should have just used CG. Like I think it would have looked better.
So she was paid $800,000.
What?
All right, that's more in line. Listen, you're starring in a movie. You should make some decent bank off of that. Wait, Caleb, are you saying that's not enough or too much?
Wait, how is that like low compared to everyone else? Because I thought I was hearing higher numbers.
No, I think she was the highest.
Okay, good.
Yeah, the highest number you said before was like 400,000, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay,
And
I was
Jimon.
hearing something else then.
Oh yeah. So she made 800,000.
Yeah. So effects
Wonder if
wise,
for both movies or just for one. That's the real question. Are they getting paid?
Well, I don't have a feeling it's probably for both.
It probably is, but I would definitely fight for. These are two separate movies. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. All right, where are you guys sitting with your effects grades?
Man, the fact that it's 83 million kind of does change things. I don't know about you guys, but I think I'm going to give it a solid 74. Yeah, I think I'm going to give it right in the middle-ish of C.
Oh man, what are you thinking, Rose?
I'm a little higher than DJ because, like, even minus the effects that you're just like, oh god, it was still very pretty to look at when it came to the effects. So I'll go with 78.
Man, you guys suck. I'm I'm at like an 85. I was impressed as hell with these effects. Like there was definitely moments where I was just like, you could tell that it was like super rubbery. Some of some of the character designs were sick.
I think the thing that put me off instantly, and I think you guys reminded me of the bar scene, so I actually might bring mine up. In fact, I will. I'll bring mine up.
Yeah, you know what? I'm with DJ. I'm sorry. Yeah, I forgot about the bar scene. So okay, Caleb, I will crack 80s. I will give it an 80.
I wasn't even talking about the bar scene.
Well, we're talking about it.
But like the thing that put me off right away after the dick ship into the vagina space was just her plowing sand in space, and then they're just like is a planet that is so close to their planet that it just illuminates the night. Like something about that, it just seemed so way too much. Like there just had to drive home that like if you did not know you were in space, best believe you are in space. It is not Earth. Don't even think about it. You're somewhere else. Get lost in the magic. Like, I was already there, bro. Like, you didn't need all that.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for that stuff. Like anything where something big is in the skyline, I'm a big sucker for. So I actually really enjoyed that. Like I wish we got more of it, but whatever. But yeah,
Wasn't in the budget.
dude,
Yeah,
as
exactly.
much as much fun or as much shit as I would give to the space vagina, like the effect itself looked pretty decent.
Yeah, no.
Like I was like, that is unfortunate shaping, but it looks tight.
Not unfortunate. It's not like that was an accident. Like someone they didn't go put in like space portal open button, and then that's what happened. And they're like, oh, people are gonna think like someone had to design that and make it with their brain.
Yep. So I thought it looked good. I liked some of the effects, like when that portal closed and like the shockwave it sent out. Like I love that stuff.
It was cool.
And I like the like one thing that's always kind of bothered me about like the Star Wars ships, it's mild complaint. It's just the way that they just kind of all hover. And I like that these ones had like boosters and rockets that were like propelling it upward.
Oh, like when they were in like or planetary gravity or whatever.
Yeah. So I like those little aspects to it. Like it's just one of those things about Star Wars that I've always just kind of like meh, but yeah, it kind of like fixed those issues or just yeah. So yeah, I'm sitting at an 85 with my effects. All right, next up we got music. And this one we don't have to be unanimous on anymore. So if you want to give it something else, you can.
Yeah.
How low can DJ go? I think that's
I mean,
what this
didn't you
probably-
say it's like 7 is like it was nothing, like it was music, it was not silence.
I think that's more so 6, wouldn't it be?
Yeah, that's
Or
more
that'd
of
be
a,
like a 5 or a 6. That's probably what
I
it is.
worked on this for a total of 2 weeks. Dude, what you do on it?
Oh.
You got the wrong guy on this episode. The music. I mean, I would give it like a 6 because I mean, there wasn't anything. I mean, Star Wars about it.
No shit, Mikey.
He said props for you people just listening.
Like I always do.
Have you watched it?
Anything specifically?
Very
like
curious. Mikey.
Any of those like did you touch any of those pistols? Like
yeah,
the pistol was sick.
Yeah. By the way, you guys, somebody would. Oh, you're talking about Dredd or Judge Dredd, the movie for the whatever how much it cost. Those guns reminded, like those giant guns made me think of Judge Dredd.
Same here.
Yeah.
That and like Hellboy.
Yeah.
Yes, especially Hellboy.
Yeah, those are cool. But yeah, so like kind of like middle of the road music is like a 5. Where it's just like it fit the tone but it wasn't anything special. The soundtrack, I think they tried to go a little bit more on the epic side, and I noticed that. Laser swords, we were told not lightsabers, and laser guns we were told are definitely not blasters. Someone was lied to because they absolutely were.
Yeah, I feel like any laser gun you just call like it's like I need a Kleenex. Like you just it's a blaster. If your sword lights up, LOL, it's a lightsaber.
Yeah, if you have any light on like a stick like surface, like even in like the Atom Project, it wasn't like a full on like lightsaber. It was a staff with like light rings on it. That's a lightsaber.
Dude, freaking even in like one of the episodes of Jimmy Neutron when they're putting on a play and it's supposed to be like it sort of looks like a pirate sword, but it has a light beam coming out of it. Everyone thinks that's a lightsaber, even though it looks like a freaking straight up pirate sword.
Yeah. And yeah, laser guns were absolutely freaking blasters. It was blasters with a different sound effect.
Yeah. Pew, pew, instead of pew, pew.
Yeah. But yeah, music I wasn't too impressed with, but I think I maybe like a 6.
I mean, that's what I gave it.
Yeah. What are you thinking, Rose?
Well, Mike, mine just decided to be all weird. Oh, there it goes. I know we don't have to be unanimous here anymore, but like I agree with you guys, a 6.
Yeah, it was just kind of nothing.
Yeah. There's no Star Wars. There's no John Williams, but can anything ever be John Williams?
No, and that's the thing. Like I said, I came into this movie not being, and that's the thing. I don't not like this movie because it's not Star Wars. I don't like this movie because it's not a good movie. Like just kind of all around not very good.
Yeah. All right, moving on over to costumes. I did like the costumes in this. Like I thought the outfits for like the soldiers looked really cool. And the admiral, like his outfit was sick. Kind of had like a Space Marines vibe to it.
Nah, but which one though? Because I didn't really care about what he was wearing until he was going to space business. And he was like, he had his little tie on and he was like, all right, I'm ready to go to work, everybody. Like, I was waiting for him to pull out a briefcase and be like, all right, this is where I keep all the codes. It was very like, that reminded me kind of what's the movie? A Clockwork Orange. Like he seemed like that seemed very Clockwork Orange-esque and like, oh well, this guy might actually go psycho crazy on him. He didn't, but he looked the part.
Yeah, some of the outfits, like I was getting like there's like a video game where like the characters are like in these huge like battle mech suits, kind of like Fallout, but it's not Fallout.
Are you talking about god dang it, Felix something is the main guy. What the hell? There's 3 of them. What is the name of the movie? Marcus Felix is the main character in the game. God dang it. What is it? Are you Googling it? Because I'm about to.
Yeah, I'm looking at.
Look up Marcus Phoenix. I think it's FEN. Marcus Phoenix. No, yeah, Marcus Phoenix, voice actor. John DiMaggio. Nope. All right, I quit.
Yeah, I can't think of it. Like, it's definitely not Halo.
No,
it's a little bit closer.
Gears of War. Jesus Christ.
Gears
is that what you're talking about?
Let me see.
Feel like if you're Googling it, it's no.
It's on that same track. Like it's very similar to that. Like it's kind of like a mixed Gears of War, a little bit of Doom. But like the ones that I'm talking about, they have like big, like rounded helmet. Like they're freaking like giant suits.
You might be talking about Warhammer 40K.
All right, let me see.
Right, this is the tabletop.
Yep, that's exactly it.
There we go.
Yep, I was getting some major Warhammer vibes from the.
I know a few nerd things, and I've finally been able to make it work. Hey, wait, it's funny that you say that because I heard that this movie was actually going to be in 2 better venues first, because after it got rejected from Disney, he also wanted to maybe do it either as a series or as a video game. And I got to tell you, I think I would have much rather played this video game than watched this movie.
I would have been all for that.
I don't think it would have been a better series than what we got out of this, because it would have just been even longer. But I think a video game would have been cool.
A video game would have been way cool. It would have made the getting the gang together thing last a little bit better.
Yeah, it would have made more sense if it was like, oh, they're pretty easily convinced to come and help me do this thing.
Yeah. A series he still has plans for. Oh no.
Oh wow.
What? Putting it up on the shelf.
I am curious how this movie did when it comes to Netflix numbers.
I mean, listen, for Mikey's sake, I hope that it goes on and it goes for 1,000 seasons and he gets to be the prop master. But for the rest of us with eyes, I would like us to not have this.
Yeah, it was no bueno. Like, not without better storytelling. Like, it needs a better story and less slow-mo.
You've come to the wrong place, my friend.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I really like the I don't see it going anywhere past part 2. You can only hope that that's the case.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't speak things into existence that can't be true.
Yeah, I don't like.
Listen, James Cameron wants to make 17 Avatar movies. Like, those aren't any good. So,
from like the looks of it, it looks like it was somewhat successful when it comes to the streaming numbers.
Well, it was on the top 10 for a while, but
okay,
like I had to search it to
Same
watch
here.
it today.
Same.
So I'm pretty sure that means it's not doing very well anymore.
Well, it's already been out for what, a month and a half, something like that. Is that right?
Yeah, about that. Yeah, it came out a couple days before Christmas.
Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, overall, the outfits, I mean, for the main gang, the outfits were just they were space-y.
But they were also nothing really. Like, there was no, like, what you guys have said it, there's no silhouette that you go, ooh, Rebel Moon.
Yeah. But I did really like the outfits for the knockoff Empire. Like, I really like those military.
See, I don't even know if I would put them as high as the knockoff Empire. I would say knockoff First Order.
Not wrong.
Yeah.
By the way, you know who had the only recognizable silhouette? Again, we come back to Jimmy. The man's got his robot antlers on, and you would be like, what is this movie with all the people in the line and their silhouettes? And then you'd see him over at the end, no one paying attention to him for some reason. You're like, oh, this is Rebel Moon. Yeah, I like that guy on the end.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm sitting at maybe a 7 with the costumes. I was leading. I'd be like at a 7.5, just because I really like those outfits, but I can't justify going that up to an 8.
I'm in the same boat, 7 as well.
Yeah, I went 6 because what are we doing here?
Damn.
Making a podcast, man. That's what.
Actually, you know what? I take it back. I am going to go up to 7 just for Atticus alone, because that dude was like, you know what? If I'm going to go out, I'm going to go out looking good.
Yeah,
fair enough.
All right, last up, we got our own personal score. Rose, you want to take this one first?
I would love to. So yeah, I'm sorry. I did not love this movie. I thought it was just all right, if not like kind of bad. The characters weren't that interesting. The story wasn't that interesting. I felt like I felt with this movie how I felt about Dune, but I still think I enjoyed Dune a little more. And freaking, I fell asleep in Dune a couple times. Now, ergo, I did see that in theaters. But
how long was Dune? Do you remember?
Let's find out. I think it had to be like almost 3 hours, or at least it felt like
Jesus,
that.
dude. I can't. You know what? I take it back. I was gonna watch Dune. I don't think I can do it, man.
Holy shit. Okay, so Dune is 155 minutes.
I need that. That's like saying my son is 27 months old. That means nothing to me.
Yeah, you know what? Fair enough. I feel the same way. Let's damn it, damn it,
Mikey, movie math. Come on,
no one's gonna break it down for me. Let's see, 155 minutes in hours. There we go. That is 2 hours and 58 minutes, so almost 3 hours.
No, that's too many minutes.
It is an almost 3-hour movie.
Wait, how does it? Wait a minute. How does it? 58?
Oh no, I'm sorry. 2 hours and 37 minutes. I'm sorry.
You're getting warmer. Wait, again, how does that make sense? Because isn't you say it's 155 minutes? Ending 7.
So it's
160. Sorry, nope. Delete that from the podcast. DJ's bad at math and doesn't understand it. Delete, quick.
Don't worry, DJ. I don't either. Dune 2's even longer.
No,
it's 166 minutes. Oh my.
I quit this life.
And you know what? I was tempted to go. I would literally only go see part 2 just for Timothée Chalamet because he won me over so much for Wonka that I'm like, okay, you know what? I kind of want to see more of him. But if it's that much longer, and I know that's only like 10 minutes, but still, that is long as hell.
Did the movie like focus around him?
Yeah. So it was. Oh God, dude, I can't even remember why he was the focus.
The spices.
He was like the prophecy child or some shit like that. I think so, at least.
Wait, we never said what was your grade for this? Your personal score?
Oh, yeah, that's probably something I should say. So might have been a lot of Dune, but I still like Dune more, and just it was just all right. And honestly, unless like DJ and Caleb want to do part 2, I really have no interest in watching part 2.
I mean, we kind of have to, I think.
Fair enough. You've got a point. So I think I'm probably I'll be at a 64.
Yeah, you're a good man. You're a good man. I think I'm going to go, just for the sake of being different, I'm going to go 1 point higher than you and say 65. I won't submit this yet, just in case I talk myself up or down. But I came into this movie. I said it earlier in the show. Like, I came into this movie legitimately like I want a new thing to be into. Like, it doesn't have to be Star Wars level. It just needs to be like the next thing. Like, I don't care. Harry Potter's done. Everything is done. Dune could be 60 minutes. It's still too long. Mikey, you're not helping.
Hell yeah. Yes, it was, Mikey. Wonka was dope.
This just is not. By the way, we talked about it too with like the Lady Ghostbusters movie. I wanted that movie to be good, and it just was not good. Like, people said that, people hated on that movie. Oh, it's ladies and you don't like ladies. Like, I'm sorry, the movie is bad. And this is the same thing of like, oh, you just don't like it because it's not Star Wars. No, I definitely love Star Wars, but I also like cool stuff. And this was like something that wanted to be cool so bad. So bad. It was like, look how cool I am. Oh my God. It's space. Isn't space cool? We're doing space things. And it just was not that. The movie didn't know what the best parts of it were. It was like, maybe we should go over here. And everyone's like, no, pan left again. And it just couldn't do it. It would not go where you wanted it to go. So for those reasons, I'm out.
I guess you did try to warn us, Mikey. You did try to warn us.
Listen, Mikey was the main champion of this movie is not going to be what you think it is. And I just counted, and Mikey is Star Wars guy, but I still counted him amongst one of the haters and was like, nope, he's going to be wrong. This movie's going to be good. He is a hater. And he was right. Sadly, he was right. Because did I say 64? 64. No, sorry, 65. Submit.
Man, I feel like I enjoyed this movie a lot more than you guys did. I had a good time with this one. Like to a point, definitely to a point. Like I don't think it was anything like masterfully crafted, but this kind of like itched the part of me that needed a Star Wars story or Star Wars-esque. And it wasn't quite on the lines of like Dune, because I found Dune to be quite boring. But this one I thought was a little bit more fun.
Yeah, I especially like the part where they were gonna rape that lady. Anyway,
okay,
go
that
ahead,
was
talk
okay.
more about the fun. Let's talk more about the fun.
Yeah, but I think there was like some decent bones to this story. It just wasn't executed well. And I'm excited to see what they do with part 2, but I'm not, and my expectations have been managed.
I was gonna say excited is a weird word to use.
Yeah, not excited, but
Interested,
it's just
curious.
like, okay, my they've been set. I went into this with little to none in terms of like my expectations, and
They moved up slightly.
yeah, like I was like, yeah, like decent bones, but and then so yeah, with part 2 I'm like barely above the ground, so hopefully like it's better, but I'm not counting on it.
Hey, Caleb, question for you. When was the last time that you looked at our scores for Dune?
It's been a minute.
Do you remember your personal score?
What?
What did you give? Sorry, what is? First of all, what is your personal score for?
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't give him that out.
I am.
Remember, these are the ones that don't matter, you guys.
I think I'm gonna give Rebel Moon a 73.
I saw some eyebrow movement.
Oh no! Did I like Dune more?
Yeah, you did.
Shit!
You gave Dune a 79 for a personal score.
79 seems high.
You gave it a 79. I gave it a 72 for personal score.
Oh boy.
Holy shit. Oh, that's funny.
Okay. Well, I mean, oh boy. Netflix has a 2-hour limit on their movies. I have a feeling the extended director's cut will show more character development and missing pieces.
Shut the hell up. First of all, I saw that. I saw that and thought it was a joke. Mikey, you write in right now. Is that true? That's not real. You're a joke. No, you're not a joke, but you're joking. That's not. No, I don't believe this. I don't believe it. You just tried to do that so that someone would screenshot this and make it a meme, but that's not real. Nope. Delete him, block him right now. There doesn't need to be. Listen, was it not his? What do you mean there's a 2-hour limit? Wasn't that one Scorsese movie 100 hours long? I will prove you wrong when that movie never sees the light of day. Michael Trudell Jr.
Okay, I may not stand by what my score was for Dune anymore.
You can't say that. You got to rewatch it now.
I know. I do need to rewatch it. I do need to rewatch it, but I am going to stand by this Rebel Moon score.
Listen, we all make mistakes. I gave a personal grade of 100 to the last Matrix movie. We all do crazy things. The movie business is a wild place, you guys. Scorsese doesn't make straight to next night movies. I quit. I quit this show. I quit life. I'm jumping off the Skyway tonight. You guys don't have that context. It's a very high bridge in Florida.
I think I'm going to stand by my score now of a 73 for Rebel Moon. So,
Oh man. So we're just gonna breeze over the fact that DJ talked about killing himself. Okay.
Listen, here's the real question. When, not if, but when we do part 2, do we combine those scores to make some giant mega score of whatever this whole stupid thing was supposed to be?
To be discussed.
Since there was a limit on time, because Netflix doesn't have the terabytes to get the get a more than a 2-hour movie in.
Shit.
That is
all right.
Wow.
So going through these scores. So Rebel Moon, the story ended up sitting at a 69.67.
It's happening. What? Just like my goal, just so you know, I came in here going, this will be a D movie. I will do my part and make this a D movie.
All right. The writing is going to be at a 66.33.
It's happening.
The acting took a bit of a jump, sitting at a 73.33. Character development is the lowest category, sitting at a 62.33. The effects are the highest category, sitting at 81.67.
They earned it.
Music averaged out to a 6 out of 10. The costumes is sitting at a 7 out of 10. And then our personal scores ended up averaging out to a 67.33.
Everything's coming up, Millhouse, baby. I love it.
So, with that, the final All Bros and Untrained Eye letter grade for Rebel Moon has come out to a C-.
Son of a bitch.
I hate this dumb show. The show is dumb. His movies are dumb. Everyone's dumb.
I'm sorry. I was with DJ. I was hoping for a D plus at the highest. Son of a bitch.
What a dumb thing we did tonight. We spent almost 3 hours. We spent longer than this dumb movie to do a dumb thing with it. A C-. Just delete this show. Don't even.
Dude, so
shit.
it's one of our sturdier C- movies.
Damn it.
I resign as third co-host. Vic, you back in. I've done this. I've done everyone a disservice today, and I'm sorry. I'm going to step down before I'm asked to leave.
Shit.
So it is sitting at a 71.95%. So that puts it.
Got to do below first.
Below
first, because the aboves is what's always wild.
Okay, so this ended up below Slacks, which is a
oh yeah, I remember.
Which is it's a horror movie about sentient pants coming to life.
I already like it more than this movie. Keep going.
Yeah, so
that was actually
so
really
below
fun.
Slacks.
I recommend that.
Here's where shit's gonna get wild. It is below Morbius.
That's right. I never saw. I didn't even have to see Morbius to know.
I
that
can agree with that.
It is below X-Men Dark Phoenix.
Hilarious.
I think I enjoy Dark Phoenix more than this. I know it's a bold take.
Yeah, and it is below Tom and Jerry, that live action movie they did.
Okay.
And it is below Space Jam: A New Legacy.
Hilarious. How did Space Jam get so high? That's the hot take. I saw that movie. That movie sucked.
Yeah.
I kind of liked it.
Well, Space Jam: A New Legacy is sitting at a C. So this is like perfectly centered in between our C-.
I just want to remind everyone listening right now, Caleb said this is the part that doesn't matter. That's what he said with his human mouth to all of you listening. This is the part that doesn't matter. This might be the only part that matters. We might as well just do these scores ahead of time and just fight it out with positioning. That should be the whole show.
Oh man! All right,
Holy shit!
ready for what it's above?
Absolutely.
All right, it is sitting above Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
Now listen to me. I was going to make this point. That this movie, I was going to ask if you guys had done that because I think that that deserves a revisit now. I think we need
The
to
Last
see this.
Jedi?
I think we need to see that movie with Rebel Moon eyes and really think about it.
You know what? I can't argue DJ. He might be right.
I hate that movie, but I got to tell you, I might hate that movie less than I hate this.
At least I actually like the characters in that one.
All right, let's see.
By the way, how hilarious!
Hot trash.
All right,
Yes,
relax.
it is.
Maybe Mikey is a hater.
All right, this also ended up above Cats.
Above Cats, yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, I might have enjoyed
never saw
Cats
it,
more though.
Maybe if the butthole cut.
Only because it's a musical. That's like really what saves that when it comes to enjoyment.
Agreed. All right, this is also above Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Bullshit.
Not shocking. Wait, it's above it?
It's above it.
God, no.
That's hilarious. It should have
God.
been a D or D plus like tops movie.
I will never forgive us for that now.
Well, we had guests on that one.
That's true. So I'm gonna blame them. I don't know. I doubt they're listening. So I'm sorry.
Wait, who was it? Do you remember?
Woo.
Nah, you don't have to.
Oh, it was someone that did a short film that we reviewed.
Oh, yeah. So I feel if it was just me and Caleb, it would have been a lot higher. So it's their fault.
Absolutely would have. I remember us being like trying to save it.
Yeah.
But they were giving it so low.
Yeah. So, okay. You know, Caleb, that's one that we should try to revisit in the future.
Zack Snyder's?
Yeah. Give it the actual score it deserves.
Oh my gosh. I can't do that.
Listen, if you guys want to, you have at least, I would say 4 to 5 movies that need a revisit. Okay. Like at least I'll put my hand to my chin. Did we make the right choice here? Something. So
we're doing 2 of them. Or so during the period of time that we're taking a break for my second kid, we're recording a couple in advance. We're revisiting Deadpool 2 and we're revisiting Scott Pilgrim. And then so we have room for a third. We were planning on doing Unicorn Store, but if there's a third one that you think we should do.
I mean, it sounds like
Caleb doesn't want to change the score for that movie.
Scott Pilgrim was my number one. For Vic's sake, I think he should be able to pick one Spider-Man movie to do. Maybe the third time's the charm. And why not revisit Justice League? You don't want to spend 4 3/4 hours watching everybody go, I don't know, man. Maybe we should save the world.
Yeah. All right. Let's see, where else did this end up? Oh, this ended up above Charlie's Angels from 2019.
Okay. I can
the newer, the one with the Twilight girl in it.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. This ended up above Justice League.
What?
Thank God.
Yeah, the Joss
Whedon. Okay, gotcha.
And this ended up above Doolittle.
Yeah, fair.
Doolittle. Wait a minute. Hold on. Whoa.
Robert Downey's Doolittle.
Oh,
yeah,
if it was going to be Eddie Murphy's, it was going to be a double. It was going to be a double homicide. And
yeah, not Dr. Doolittle, just Doolittle.
Yeah.
This is a travesty still. This should be. I never saw Doolittle. I heard it was terrible. This should be below Doolittle. This is not right. This is not right.
I'm still so mad that it's higher than Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Funny enough, this is lower than Saltburn.
Oh, good Lord.
Listen, Saltburn. That if there's ever a case for a well, I never want to watch that movie again. But if there is ever a case for it was all screwed up. Listen, I love the Plunge. I love Mr. Plunge and his gang, but that was that movie should not have scored that high. Because what was that, like a C+ or like a C?
Ready to do awards show?
That is the. Do you know what he's talking about?
The awards?
Yeah.
Is that not his like Oscar thing?
Okay, yeah. I was just like, I didn't know because he said it and you were just like, yep, and rolled right over it, and I was like, I was just gonna tell you. That's all. It wasn't my gotcha moment. Where like, tell me what it is, Caleb. If you think you're so smart, what is the award?
I didn't know, so thank you for telling me what that was.
I don't know, man. If I gotta watch Saltburn again, Mikey, he had just asked if I was down for you listeners only. I might have to kill myself live on air. Yeah, it'll all be over.
I feel like I've watched a majority of the stuff that's gotten nominated. I mean, there's still like some stuff that I haven't.
I'm still
like you've already seen it. You absolutely have. You obviously didn't watch the breakdown of or on plunging for 5 a cause.
Yeah, go catch hour 23 of the plunging for a cause stream, and you'll see 3, 4, 5, 6 people die slowly for 1 hour. Just the world's longest death.
I will say, I know, like I agree with the snubs for Barbie, but I feel one that definitely got snubbed at the Oscars was The Color Purple. Only got 1 freaking Oscar nom.
I mean, but was it any good though?
Okay, fair. I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it.
How can you even say that?
Because 1, it's a musical, and 2, I will just like come to the defense of any musical.
Don't say
even
that.
if it's bad.
Don't say that. I'll find
some
ones that you'll.
Oh shit! No, don't do it, DJ. But I mean, I heard that it was remarkable. It was like a great upgrade to the original. So I'm just very shocked that it didn't get nominated for. It literally only got nominated for supporting actress. That's the only award.
Who was the supporting actress that got nominated?
Shit, dude, I forgot.
No, it's fine. I just wondered if it was
from.
I'm sorry, I don't know. I'm sorry.
From what?
It was not Taraji Henson.
Oh, from Color Purple?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't know that.
No, just yeah. I only wondered if it was her because of the issues that she's been having here recently with pay and all the weirdness that was happening with her and Oprah and all the. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it was
so.
Her.
I love that you think this is the part that doesn't matter, Caleb. I love it because listen, I feel like I'm one of the only people that will come on here and challenge this malarkey that we get here every once in a while. But know in your heart that every time you guys are musing to yourselves at the end of an episode, like, I bet DJ's gonna hate this, you're probably right. I'm probably at my phone. Like, how could you?
So really quick, it was Danielle Brooks who got nominated for Best Supporting Actress in The Color Purple. So, sorry.
Dude, the movies that we do that are between like C- to F are so few. Like we have, let me see like what total we have. We have 22 movies between an F and the highest C-.
What is your lowest rated movie?
Food Fight.
Okay, what is your bottom 5?
Our bottom 5,
Yes.
It's Food Fight, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, We Can Be Heroes, and those are all Fs. Then we have 50 Shades of Grey, which is a D-.
You guys are haters.
Then we have The Rocky Road to Freedom, which is one of the indie movies that someone sent us.
The other one after Blood and Honey, wasn't that also an indie movie?
We Can Be Heroes? No, that was the Shark Boy and Lava Girl sequel thing.
Unofficial sequel.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, so 50 Shades, then The Rocky Road to Freedom, which was an indie movie that someone sent us, and this is the movie that they said, well, we didn't realize you were going to be so harsh on it, and we're like, well, sorry.
You want it reviewed or nah?
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, so that one got a D-, and then into the D range, there's Friday the 13th.
What year?
This is the OG one.
Yeah, so
I'm sorry. Hold on. Everyone stop. What did that one get?
A D.
Okay.
63.06%.
You're telling me that of all the worst horror movies you guys did some of the newer Halloween movies. I'm sorry, but it's true. Some of those newer Halloween movies should have been down here along with their friends, Blood and Honey and Friday the 13th. Because
DJ.
Listen,
Wow.
I'm sorry.
That's the point of that movie.
Of what movie? Saltburn? Like, what are you talking about? What is he talking about?
I think he's talking about Friday the 13th.
Yeah, no.
I don't know. In my with that, the way that I defend, like growing up, I never really watched any of the Friday the 13th movies. My introduction to Jason was actually Freddy versus Jason. And so the fact, first watching it when I was an adult and, Caleb was an adult in our 20s. And the fact that Jason wasn't in it, I think that kind of ruined it for me. Because when I think Friday the 13th, I think Jason. And just, I don't know, I didn't love his mom as the killer. And just, acting wasn't great. There's a lot of reasons that.
But didn't that movie come out in like the 70s?
Score. 80s. So it came out after Halloween. Also known as the greatest horror film of all time.
Yeah, listen, I have nothing to say about the original Halloweens. I'm just saying that I watched weirdly enough, didn't watch the original new one, if that makes sense. Original new one. Because there was the new one, the newest ones were like Halloween ends, Halloween's still over, it's the next day.
So it's Halloween kills, and then Halloween ends.
Yeah, dude. I gotta tell you, that gang of movies, I have never felt so strongly about some Halloween movies than I felt about those. I love you, Rose, to death. And listen, I'm not mocking you in any way, because if you want to if I can mock you, then everyone needs to go and look at all of my Matrix scores. So I'm not saying there aren't blind spots, but those movies are not good.
Oh, dude, completely understandable. I respect that.
I just hated the ending. I hated that it was almost like he was stealing Michael's soul and then was like, nah, just kidding. I'm just gonna get stabbed.
Like Laurie drove home. Evil never truly dies. It just changes shape.
Oh my God, the shape. I knew it.
Okay, maybe it's just okay. I will say that, like, when she refers to him as the shape, like straight up, I'm just like, it feels weird because I forget how they adopted the nickname the shape, but just when they actually call him that in the movies, I'm just like, it feels weird. Either call him Michael Myers or call him the Boogeyman.
You got to call him Mike Myers. I feel like. Mikey's back.
Okay, I'm sorry. One more thing. Apparently, I saw this interview with Jamie Lee Curtis for Halloween H2O. They actually approached Mike Myers about a cameo in that he would walk past Jamie Lee Curtis and she kind of do like a double glance back and then just like go back to, I think, talking to someone. Fortunately, he turned it down, but that would be freaking hilarious.
That seems like something right up his alley. Like,
yeah, agreed.
Sorry, I'm the hater now. Caleb, again, wrap us up with the things that don't matter. All the movie spoilers you said.
Well, that is actually Rose's turn to.
That is true. So unless you guys got anything else you want to say about Rebel Moon, you guys good?
If I didn't say it in 3 hours, I'll never say it.
Okay. Well, if you liked what you heard from us and you want to hear more, be sure to subscribe to us wherever you listen to podcasts. We are on Spotify, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, all that shit. DJ, would you like to tell people where they can find you?
Yes, I would. But first, I would like to say Google Podcasts is actually going away, like by the middle of this year, I think. It's just, I got an email the other day that they were like, hey man, if this is the only place you have your stuff, LOL, get farted on. You're not for much longer. what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. You can find me and my wife, Bethany. We do a podcast called The Untrained Eye from time to time. Who knows? Maybe we'll even do one in this new year. But at Untrained Eye Pod on everything you could possibly imagine, even Truth Central or whatever the Donald Trump thing is. I didn't know what it was when I was signing up. I just thought it was something funny, and I think we're there. Truth Social. Check us out. We haven't posted.
Well, for other stuff that you can check us out on, you can find us on basically all the social media networks. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, all at the All Bros. You can email us if that's how you want to get in contact with us. You can find us at the allbroschannel@gmail.com. And sorry, with all these platforms, you can either recommend a movie that you want us to do a mini rec on, answer a question of the week, stuff like that. You can check out our website, tinyurl.com/the Allbros, or you can check out our merch store, tpublic.com/the Allbros channel. Next week, TBD. Wow.
Hey, 2BD works.
I mean, true. Yeah, you're not wrong. But yeah, anyway, this has been the All Bros podcast. Until next time, I'm Jonathan.
Nah, I'm Caleb.
And I'm the other guy.
Funny with that, I've been so tempted to say that when we introduce when we first start our episodes, just saying I'm the other guy,
and
I'm not
the
Caleb.
Other guy.
But we'll see you guys later. Peace.
See ya.
Deuces.